news, scores, highlights. Sports Center every 20 minutes. ESPN Radio.
Batting practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the on-deck circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. The Stingers enduring a 9-game road trip in which they won 5 and lost 4. Now getting ready to open up a 4-game home series against the Sacramento River Cats, the first-place team in the Pacific South Division. A team that is closing in on the division title with a magic number of 10 right now. The Stingers and River Cats have split the 12 games that have been played so far this year at 6 wins apiece. So the Stingers coming off the road trip again, they won 5 of 4, including 3 out of 4 against the Portland Beavers, including last night's 3-1 win. So the Stingers with a record of 68 and 59, still 1 game behind Tacoma. Just after we left the air last night, Wiki Gonzalez hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th inning to give Tacoma a 9-6 win over the Las Vegas 51s. Tacoma opening up a series at home tonight against the Fresno Grizzlies, a Fresno ball club that goes into Tacoma having won 6 in a row, but then again the Rainiers have also won 6 in a row. The pitching matchup for tonight's game for the Stingers, it's going to be right-hander Evan Thomas with a record of 5 and 4. And for the River Cats, it'll be left-hander Dan Meyer. His record is 2 and 7. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at what happened last night in Portland. And we'll do that right after this on ESPN 1230.
Real Salt Lake, world-class soccer with superstars like Clint Mathis, Eddie Pope, and Jason Price. Saturday, August 20th, experience excitement of seismic proportions as Real Salt Lake battles for a playoff spot against the San Jose Earthquakes. Then, following the game, see Peter Breinholt in concert at Carnival Real. It's all happening this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Call 8669-SOCCER for tickets. Prices start at just $14. Real Salt Lake. Let's get it started.
Dodge Sales, Marty.
When you're talking truck.
Hello?
You're talking 5,000 plus 250,000.
Who is it?
Hey, Marty, Ken Garf's West Valley Chrysler Jeep Dodge is kicking it up a notch,
Well,
buddy.
what with?
Well, you still get employee prices.
Yeah.
Plus, they throw in rebates up to $5,000 more for your trade. Plus, Ken Garf backs up every car they sell with a 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty. It's the best deal in Utah, Marty. Come on, sing the jingle with me.
No, I'm not singing.
Well, then hum along.
No.
Tap your fingers. Oh, you're no fun anymore, Marty. West Valley. Ken Garf's Chrysler Jeep Dodge kicks in with $5,000 rebates beyond employee prices. Dual 5 Rams in Truck HQ to $13,995. Dakota Club Cabs $11,995. Durango's only $18,995. All with 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty and roadside assistance. You're jumping Truck HQ. Don't pay more. Buy at a Ken Garf store. Ken Garf's West Valley Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 4175 West 3500 South.
Plus tax title, see Salt Lake Tribune for details.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. Last night, the Stingers were in Portland wrapping up the series, and the series took a 1-0 lead in the top half of the 5th inning on an RBI ground out by Chris Prieto. But in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Beavers were able to tie it up. Greg Sane led off with a double. He moved to third on a single by Nick Tresniak, and 2 outs later, Josh Barfield brought him home. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sane the lead at third. Tresniak at first for the 1-1 pitch. Barfield swings and lines a base hit to center field. In to score the tying run is Sane. Stopping at second base is Tresniak, and we're all even at 1 apiece. So a 1-1 game at that juncture, but the Stingers came right back the very next half inning to take the lead for good as Rob Quinlan led off with a single to center field, bringing Curtis Pride to the plate. Now the pitch. Pride swings and lines one down the right field line. That's going to roll into the corner. Quinlan on his way to third, giving chase is Johnson. They're going to wave Rob around. He's going to come on to score, and racing for third is Curtis Pride. It's 2-1 Salt Lake. They would add one more on an RBI double by Rob Quinlan in the 7th inning, and the Stingers were able to hold as Scott Dunn through 2 2/3 scoreless innings of relief to procure a 3-1 Salt Lake Stingers win as they pick up their first series win by taking 3 out of 4 since they won 3 out of 4 at Albuquerque July 26th through the 29th. So the Stingers getting ready to open up a series with Sacramento. When we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's Abra scoreboard right after this on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
When's the right time to get a Zions Bank Gold account? Well, say you're fresh out of college
with your first real job. You probably want a gold account so you can take advantage of things like free internet banking and unlimited check writing. Or say you've reached a point in life
when the kids have left home and a gold account gives you a rent-free safe deposit box and no issuing fees on traveler's checks. Or maybe you're about to have your first child
and you like the higher interest rates on gold account savings and discounted loan rates with flexible terms. So when's the right time
to get a Zions Bank Gold account? When you see all the benefits, you'll just know. For more information, visit your local Zions Bank branch or zionsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Hi, I'm Patty Householder, branch manager at Zions Bank in West Jordan. Right now, when you sign up for a gold account, our branch will donate $25 to the local school of your choice.
Let's go to Plaza Cycle, everybody's coming down. Come to Plaza Cycle with me. Come to Plaza Cycle with me.
Right now is the best time to get the best deals at Plaza Cycle. Plaza Cycle is #1 in sales, #1 in service, and #1 in selection, so why go anywhere else? Plaza Cycle has the lowest prices on the motorcycles, ATVs, watercraft, street bikes, and apparel you need. Plaza Cycle is #1 in service, with fast turnaround and the best techs in the business. Plaza Cycle is #1 in selection with Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, and Polaris. Plus, Plaza Cycle has an endless selection of used machines, too. Remember, Plaza Cycle is #1 in sales, #1 in service, and #1 in selection. So set yourself up with a sweet ride today. Why go anywhere else? Plaza Cycle!
Come to Plaza Cycle with me. Come to Plaza Cycle with me.
Well, it's Plaza Cycle fun in the warm Plaza Cycle sun.
Located at 1379 West, 33rd South.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats are getting ready for Game 1 of their series. Time now for our first check of tonight's Abra scoreboard as we start in the Pacific Coast League. Nashville leading Oklahoma 2-0 in a battle of division leaders over in the American Conference. New Orleans leads Omaha 4-0 in the 5th inning. Marlon Byrd with his 6th home run for the Zephyrs. Albuquerque leads at Round Rock 3-2. At Des Moines, Iowa, and Memphis are scoreless in the 3rd. Later on, Tucson's at Colorado Springs. Tacoma hosts Fresno. And Portland is at Las Vegas. In Major League play in the American League in the bottom of the 3rd, Cleveland leads Baltimore 3-1. Travis Hafner with his 19th home run for the Indians. Top of the 9th inning at St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay leads Texas 4-2. After 6.5 in Detroit, the Tigers and the Blue Jays are tied at 2. Bottom of the 5th at the Metrodome, Minnesota leads Seattle 2-0. Kansas City is at Oakland later. The Royals trying to snap a 19-game losing streak. Finals from this afternoon. The Yankees shut out the White Sox 5-0. And the Angels beat the Red Sox 4-2 as Irvin Santana picks up the win. Now for the National League scoreboard. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Marlins trail the Dodgers 9-6. Bottom of the 6th at Philadelphia, the Phillies lead the Pirates 5-1. Bottom of the 6th at Houston, the Brewers lead the Astros 2-1. After 6 at Shea, the Mets are pounding the Nationals 8-0. In the 7th at Cincinnati, the Reds and the Diamondbacks are tied at 1. In the 2nd at Denver, Colorado leads the Cubs 2-0. And finals from earlier, the Cardinals beat the Giants 4-2 as Matt Morris goes to 13-5 for the Cardinals. And the Padres and Braves go 13. San Diego with a 5-run 13th inning to defeat the Braves by a score of 7-2. And that's your Abra scoreboard. We'll return with tonight's starting lineups right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. At Siegfried & Jensen, we have important sponsorship relationships with several college teams throughout the state, as well as with many of the professional teams, including the Jazz, the Stingers, the Grizzlies, and Real Salt Lake. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you're injured in an accident. To help ensure victory, you need a winning legal team on your side. If you've been injured, call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Cookie Dough Blast. Sonic's got it, others don't. Indulge in the irresistible taste of Sonic's new Cookie Dough Blast. Generous pieces of chocolate chip cookie dough blended into a creamy frozen treat. Try one tonight or any of your favorite desserts, because Sonic's open till at least midnight all summer long. The new Cookie Dough Blast at participating Sonic drive-ins. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
To Franklin Covey Field. Time now to bring you the starting lineups for this evening's game. First of all, for the visiting Sacramento River Cats, managed by Tony DeFrancesco. Leading off, the left fielder, Freddie Bynum. Batting second, the second baseman, Jermaine Clark. Hitting third, the right fielder, Matt Watson. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Jack Cust. Hitting fifth and playing third base, Andrew Beatty. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Mike Rouse. Hitting seventh, the first baseman, Sean Garrett. Batting eighth and playing center field, Charles Thomas. And hitting ninth is the catcher, John Baker. Pitching for Sacramento will be left-hander Dan Meyer. Now for the homestanding Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Dino Ebel. Leading off, the center fielder, Chris Prieto. Batting second, the second baseman, Alberto Callaspo. Hitting third on an injury rehab assignment from the Angels and catching, Josh Paul. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Rob Quinlan. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Nick Gorno. Hitting seventh and playing right field, Luke Allen. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Zach Sorensen. And hitting ninth is the first baseman, Casey Smith. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander, Evan Thomas. The umpires, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League, Adam Dowdy is behind the plate. Kevin Kelly is at first base, and Kevin Sweeney is at third. It's the Stingers and Sacramento, game one of a four-game series. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after this on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Singular Wireless is a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Stingers and Utah Jazz. Baseball fans, remember to bring your Stingers ticket stub to a participating Singular Wireless location for a great offer, and let Singular take you out to the ball game. Singular Wireless has over 30 locations along the Wasatch Front, so visit singularwireless.com for a location near you. Some restrictions apply. See store manager for details.
Play ball!
The next time you're looking for a dominating performance at the plate, look to your fridge for budded deli cuts. With our exclusive zip pack slider, you know you can count on them to be fresh when you need them, game after game. And with 6 premium flavors, it's like being able to throw the meat of the order out there 2 times in a row. That's the kind of variety any manager would love. It's no wonder budded deli cuts are such a fan favorite. And they're waiting for a tryout right now at your favorite grocer.
Stingers Baseball is brought to you in part by Zions Bank. With 112 branches throughout Utah, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. By Larry H. Miller Auto Dealers. After all, you know this guy. By Carl Budding Deli Meats, a real slice of life. And by Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Welcome back, and a very good evening to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a beautiful night here in Salt Lake City. It's game 1 of the 4-game series between the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats. The Hill Air Force Base honor guard bringing the colors out for our national anthem, and in a few moments we'll have the anthem, and then we'll have baseball on a beautiful Saturday night. It's Fan Appreciation Night, a big fireworks show after the ball game, and a good crowd on hand here at Franklin Covey Field for this evening's game as the Stingers start play once again. 1 game out of first place in the Pacific North behind the Tacoma Rainiers. Tacoma at 69 and 58. The Stingers at 68 and 59, with Portland sitting 8.5 back and Colorado Springs trailing by 13.5. In the Pacific South, Sacramento rolls along at 71 and 56. They have an 8-game lead over suddenly hot in second place Fresno, 9 ahead of Tucson, and Las Vegas sits 19 and 1/2 games off the pace. So the Stingers in need of a good series here and hoping for some help from Fresno when they open up their 4-game series about an hour from now in Tacoma against the Rainiers. So the color guard has reached its spot right behind the pitcher's mound, and now we'll have our national anthem.
With the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, which will be presented by Jamie Gibson, representing the EB Foundation.
Our national anthem prior to the start of today's game between the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats. Steve Klauke once again with you on a beautiful night here in Salt Lake City as the Stingers try to maintain their role that they began in Portland, winning 3 out of 4 and ending up with a 5-4 record on the just completed 9-game road trip. Again, the Stingers a game out. Both the Stingers and Tacoma have 17 games left, and the home-road ratio is the same. Both teams with 8 games at home and 9 games on the road. The Stingers wearing their home whites tonight with the red numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. Sacramento wearing their maroon tops with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in white and gold. So the Stingers on the field. Let's take them around to their positions defensively. Nick Corneau is in left field. Chris Prieto in center. And Luke Allen is in right. Rob Quinlan at third. Zach Sorensen at short. Alberto Callaspo at second base. And Casey Smith is over at first. A battery of Evan Thomas pitching and Josh Paul catching. For Thomas, this will be his 17th appearance, his 11th start. In 69 and one-third innings, he's given up 104 hits, 61 runs, 56 of which were earned. He has struck out 35 and walked 23. He's hit 6 batters, thrown 2 wild pitches, and surrendered 13 homers. Thomas has won 5 and lost 4 with a 7.27 earned run average. The PCL is batting .348 against the 5'10", 170-pound right-hander in his 10th year. Evan Thomas, 31 years old, from the Miami area, down in Florida. So Evan Thomas getting the start, making his 3rd appearance, his 2nd start against Sacramento, and he's had some success against the River Cats, winning both of his appearances. Again, one as a starter and one out of the bullpen with a 2.25 ERA, even though the River Cats are batting .314 against the right-hander, Evan Thomas. Evan coming off a solid outing his last time out, even though he took the loss at Tacoma on Monday night, giving up just 2 runs on 7 hits in 7 innings. But the Stingers had little offense as Tacoma won the ball game by a score of 2-1. That was the game that pulled the Rainiers even with the Stingers. And while the Stingers were winning 3 out of 4 against Portland, the Rainiers were sweeping their 4-game set at home with Las Vegas. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Saturday night from Salt Lake City. Leading things off will be the speedy left fielder, Freddie Bynum. Bynum hitting .286, 16 doubles, 9 triples, 2 homers, and 40 runs batted in. But he has been a tough out on the Stingers, batting .385 against Salt Lake pitching. In at third, Quinlan to guard against a bunt. Josh Paul behind the plate with a signal. The first pitch from Thomas. A fastball in at the belt for a strike, and it's 0-1. Adam Dowdy working behind the plate. With that quick right jab of a strike call, the 0-1. Breaking ball inside at the knees, evens the count on Bynum at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield, in and around towards left, as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole in left field. The 1-1 pitch is chopped foul up the first base side. And the count on Bynum, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Stingers and the River Cats have split the season series at 6 wins apiece. The River Cats lead the all-time series 41-35, which does not include the Stingers' 3 games, or the Buzz 3-2 series win over Sacramento in the 2000 postseason, as Thomas's breaking ball broke late and missed high, and that evens the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the left-hand batter as Thomas deals. Swung on, chopped over the mound. The shortstop Sorensen, far to his left, flags it down, throws on the run to first in time for the out. Zach, knowing the speed of Bynum, who got over there in a hurry and got rid of it in a hurry. And so that's out number 1. That'll bring up Jermaine Clark, the second baseman, batting .254. 11 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 22 runs batted in. Clark 1 for 7 against the Stingers. He was injured the last time these 2 teams met in a series. Matter of fact, he was helping out on the broadcast, both on radio and on television for the River Cats at the time. There's a fastball high, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes the count. The pitch, swinging a roller to the right side. Gobbled up by Cayaspo, who sits and throws to first, and that's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Now here's Matt Watson, the right fielder, who had a big AAA All-Star game in Sacramento, batting .309, 21 doubles, 3 triples, 16 homers, 74 runs batted in. Watson hitting .341 against Salt Lake pitching this year. 15 for 44, 5 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 9 runs batted in. First pitch, fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Watson. No score, top of the first. We're just underway as Thomas deals the 1-0. Swing at a fastball and a foul back to the base of the screen. And the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. A good crowd here on Fan Appreciation Night as the Stingers open up the second to last homestand of the season. The 1-1 pitch. Watson grounds one to short. Dropped by the shortstop Sorensen. Recovers. Throws to first and still gets Watson by an eyelash. 3 up and 3 down. A good recovery by Zach out at shortstop after muffing the ground ball initially. 1-2-3, nothing across after 1/2 inning. Sacramento nothing. The Stingers are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Where can you find the Utah Jazz sitting next to the Boston Red Sox, sitting next to the Denver Broncos, just down the road of BYU? Fans! Only at Fans can you find the newest and freshest sports gear from all the great college and pro teams. Looking for a new or retro Utah Jazz jersey? Fans has it. Fans has it. Trying to find a fitted baseball cap featuring your favorite team logo? Fans is the place. Fans is the place. Whether you're looking for hats, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets, warm-ups, jerseys, or duffel bags, you'll find it at Fans. You'll find it at Fans. Plus, Fans even has fun logoed sports gear and memorabilia, including signed basketballs, footballs, and jerseys from the best players. And remember, for all the freshest Utah Jazz gear, get to Fans for jerseys, golf shirts, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and warm-up gear featuring the new blue and white Jazz colors. Open 6 days a week in the Delta Center and all major malls across the Wasatch Front. Fans.
Are you an automotive technician who's tired of working flat rate? Do you have a desire to work on some of the most technically advanced construction equipment? Are you looking for great pay, fun work environment, great benefits, and a flexible schedule? Do you have additional skills such as welding or have a valid CDL? Well, Century Equipment Company, your local case dealer for over 35 years, wants to talk to you. We're looking for good people who want to make their career as a heavy equipment technician. If you're ready for a change, stop by our office at 4343 Century Drive and let us show you around.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, and it's a 0-0 ball game defensively for Sacramento. Freddie Bynum's in left, Charles Thomas at center, Matt Watson's in right, Andrew Beatty at third, Mike Rouse at short, Jermaine Clark at second base, and Sean Garrett is at first. A battery of Dan Meyer pitching and John Baker catching. For Meyer, this will be his 19th appearance, his 17th start. In 84 innings, he's given up 91 hits, 56 runs, 50 of them earned. He has struck out 60 and walked 40, hit 2 batters, thrown 2 wild pitchers, and surrendered 14 home runs. Meyer 2-7 with a 5.36 earned run average. The PCL batting .276 against left-hander Dan Meyer. Chris Prieto to lead things off. The former River Cat batting .305, 16 doubles, 9 triples, 3 homers, 39 runs batted in. Meyer's first pitch is a fastball inside for ball 1. Meyer made 1 start against the Stingers, went 3 innings as scheduled. He was just coming into Sacramento. There's a fastball high, 2-0. Gave up in that appearance 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Now the 2-0 to Prieto. Fastball inside corner at the belt for a strike, and it's 2-1. Dino Evil, Stingers manager, coaching at third base with Jim Eppert over at first. Dan Meyer on the mound, 6'3", 210 in just his 4th professional season. Now the pitch, fastball foul back into the screen. And so the count on Prieto, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. When he made that appearance against the Stingers, it was part of his comeback from missing 6 weeks with a left shoulder strain, which is why he only went 3 innings. It was only his 3rd appearance back. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. Prieto takes low and away, ball 3. So the count is full on Prieto at 3-2. Meyer coming over along with 2 others back in December to the Oakland organization in the Tim Hudson deal. 3-2 payoff pitch, low and outside as he missed with a fastball, and Chris Prieto's aboard to start the first inning. That'll bring up Alberto Callaspo, the second baseman.
Number 7, Alberto Callaspo.
Callaspo hitting .264, 12 doubles, 2 triples, no homers, 18 runs batted in, facing Sacramento for the first time. Callaspo coming off a 7-for-27 road trip. Infield double play depth up the middle. Beatty in at third as Meyer lobs over to first. Prieto with 21 stolen bases to lead the Stingers. He's been thrown out trying to steal 9 times. Picked up that 21st stolen base last night. Now Meyer kicks and the pitch to Callaspo. A fastball strike on the inside corner at the bell, 0-1. As Callaspo is jumping back out of the way of that pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Meyer in his last outing took a loss at home against Fresno on the 15th of August. Callaspo punches a changeup to the right side. Clark to his left has it. Goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Close play at second, but they do get Prieto on the force out, so 1 away. Off-speed pitch, Callaspo hitting it slowly to the right side. But Clark getting over there quickly enough to get the out at second base. Here's Josh Paul on an injury rehab assignment from a sprained right thumb he suffered with the Angels. With the Halos, 31 games this year, batting .188, 6 for 32, 1 double, 2 homers, and 3 runs batted in as the number 3 catcher behind the Molina brothers. Getting back to Meyer, he went 7 innings in that loss, gave up 5 runs on 9 hits at home to the Grizzlies. So runner at first base, 1 out. The pitch to Paul is sliced foul right off the railing of the Stingers dugout, carrying up into the stands. So 1 strike the count on Josh Paul. A first-round pick overall, second-round pick overall by the White Sox in '96 out of Vanderbilt University. Signed as a free agent on New Year's Day of 2004. Now the 0-1 pitch. Paul swings and fouls back another. This one over the roof and out of play. And so the count on Paul is 0-2. Scheduled to catch all 9 innings tonight. No balls, 2 strikes the count of the right-hand hitting Josh Paul. Callaspo, the lead at first base. Meyer ready, the pitch. Inside as Paul jumps back out of the way. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Stingers right now with 4 catchers. Paul, Jeff Mathis, who's DHing, Ryan Buddy, and Brent Del Chiaro. For Paul not officially on the roster, as is the case with any player on a major league rehab assignment. Infield double play depth. The toss to first, and Callaspo is back. Also with the Stingers is relief pitcher Brett Prinz, who made 3 appearances and then has been on the shelf since for the Angels as he had a right shoulder injury. Outfield shaded towards right for Paul. Now Meyer from the stretch. The look over towards Callaspo. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. So Paul goes down swinging, and there's 2 down here in the first. Now the third baseman, Rob Quinlan. Quinlan hitting .346, 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 3 runs batted in. Quinlan with 3 hit games in each of his last 2 games against Portland, and had 3 hit games in that series. Or I should say on that road trip, as Quinlan swings and misses at a fastball, strike 1. Quinlan facing Tacoma pitching for the first time this year. In 6-6 the split between the 2 teams this season. Stingers winning 3 of 4 here as Quinlan lines one into center field, and it drops in for a base hit. Callaspo has to hold at second base, so the Stingers have runners at first and second with 2 out. Brings up the DH, Jeff Mathis. Mathis batting .283, 24 doubles, 2 triples, 16 homers, 58 runs batted in. 8 for 35, a .229 average against Sacramento this year. Yet the Stingers have won 3 out of 4 from the River Cats here in Salt Lake City, while the River Cats took 5 out of the 8 games that were played at Raley Field. So 2 on, 2 out for the Stingers here in the first inning. No score. Meyer ready, the pitch. Changeup is high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Infield back, the outfield straight away for Mathis. Now Meyer's pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. No score. Bottom of the first inning here at Franklin Covey Field. Again, 2 o'clock start tomorrow, and then 7 o'clock again on Monday and Tuesday before the Stingers head to Colorado Springs for 5. The 1-1 pitch, and Mathis takes a changeup just inside at the belt. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. While the Stingers are in Colorado Springs for 5, Tacoma will be in Tucson for 5. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch on the way, and it's inside for a ball, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count on Mathis. 2 on, 2 out here in the first. Nick Gorneau, the left fielder, on deck as Meyer deals. Swung on, lined up the middle, past the diving Clark into center field. Cayaspo around third will score. And Quinlan able to get back to second after falling down between second and third. It's a run-scoring single for Jeff Mathis, and the Stingers have a 1-0 lead. So now here's Nick Gorneau with runners at first and second base and 2 out. So Mathis drives in his 59th run of the year. Gorneau batting .282, 21 doubles, 10 triples, 21 homers, 85 runs batted in. Gorneau 12 for 47 with 3 homers and 9 RBI against Sacramento pitching this year. First pitch to Gorneau, and it's low and inside the right-hand batter. Ball 1. The 9 RBI for Gorneau, third behind Brian Gordon and Zach Sorensen, who each have driven in 10 runs against the River Cats this year. Here's a breaking ball. Gorneau started after it, held up. No, he went around, says first base umpire Kevin Kelly. And the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at first and second, 2 out, a run in. Stingers in the first leading 1-0. Now Meyer ready from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball low and inside the right-hand batter. The count on Gorneau, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Meyer from the belt. The glance towards second. The 2-1. Swung on, that's lined into right center field, a base hit. Here comes Quinlan around third to score. Stopping at second base is Mathis. It's an RBI single for Gorneau, and now the Stingers have a 2-0 lead. Gorneau with his team leading 86th run batted in on the year. And so now the pitching coach, Rick Rodriguez, goes out. So 3 straight hits now for the Stingers as they take a 2-0 lead, and that'll bring up Luke Allen. Allen batting .279, 19 doubles, 6 triples, 21 homers, or 80 runs batted in. Luke batting .205 against Sacramento this year. 8 for 39, but he has a double, a triple, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. So here's Luke Allen now with 2 on, 2 out, and 2 in for the Stingers here in the first inning. Runners at first and second base. Meyer ready. The pitch to Allen. Swing and a miss, so the pitch away. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Luke coming off a 1 for 18 road trip. Hoping a little home cooking here at Franklin Covey Field can get his bat going again. The 0-1 missed outside above the knees, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 21 home runs for Luke this year, already a single season career high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers pitch. 2-shot foul off the end of his bat over towards the third base dugout, and the count's 1-2. On at second, Mathis. Gorneau over at first base. 2-0 Stingers here in the bottom of the first. Now Myers sets the 1-2. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball that looked high, but Luke Allen is caught looking to retire the side. So 2 runs to start the game on 3 hits, and 2 runners were left on base. After 1, it's the Stingers 2 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Attention car buyers, listen to this. Looking for new? We want you.
Car buyer, looking to trade in your current vehicle for a brand new one?
Well, Larry H. Miller wants you.
We desperately need your vehicle for the upcoming Delta 500 used car sale, and we're willing to give top dollar for it.
For sale times and dealer locations, go to Delta500.com. Looking for new? We want you.
Now is the time to trade in your old car for a new one.
We've been encouraged to overvalue your trade-in in order to give you top dollar for your used vehicle.
And we slash prices by up to $8,000 on new vehicles. We need your trade-in, and we need it now.
Go to Delta500.com for sale information. Looking for new? We want you.
Plus, every purchase comes with a Larry H. Miller entertainment package. Trade in and trade up today. The Delta 500 is coming, and we need your trade-in now.
Looking for new? We want you. Go to Delta500.com.
After all, you know this guy.
When you're ready for a Mexican adventure, take a trip to the Mayan. It's like eating in the midst of a refreshing rainforest, featuring rushing waterfalls, daredevil divers, talking animals, and a live mariachi band. But don't take my word for it. Ask the kids where they want to go. Fun, family, food, the Mayan. 9400 South State in Jordan Commons.
We go to the second inning. It's 2-0 Salt Lake. Jack Cust, Andrew Beatty, and Mike Rouse due up to face right-hander Evan Thomas. Jack Cust batting .258, 24 doubles, a triple, 18 homers, 70 runs batted in. Cust with 12 hits in 41 at-bats against Stingers pitching this year. A .293 average. Leading things off against Evan Thomas, who's been staked to a 2-run lead. The first pitch to Cust is lifted foul, third base side, out of play into the upper deck, strike 1. Don't forget to be on the lookout for Albertsons Triple Play for charity. If the Stingers pull off a triple play at home, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Stingers. 0-1 the count on the left-hand batter as Thomas deals. Breaking ball, strike on the inside corner under the belt, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Stingers here in the second inning. Now Thomas, the 0-2. Cust takes high, ball 1. 1-2 the count on Jack Cust. Sacramento, his third stop on the PCL Tour. He played in Tucson in 2001. Colorado Springs in 2002. There's a swing and a miss. On a breaking ball, he struck him out. First punch out for Evan Thomas. And there's 1 down here in the second inning. Brings up Andrew Beatty, the third baseman, hitting .302, 31 doubles, 4 triples, 7 homers, 50 runs batted in. 15 for 49. I believe it is against Stingers pitching. Make that 15 for 47. A .319 average. First pitch a little bit low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Beatty, who was acquired from the Phillies of the Rule 5 draft in December. A 1-0. Going on, a little slow bouncer to the right side. Callaspo charges, gets it on the third hop, and tosses to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Sacramento second. That'll bring up Mike Rouse, the shortstop. Rouse batting .277, 29 doubles, 2 triples, 7 homers, 71 runs batted in. Rouse on the season, a .233 hitter against the Stingers at 7 for 30. Rouse in his 5th year, acquired from the Blue Jays organization in November of 2002 for pitcher Corey Lytle. And don't forget, tomorrow, Sunday, is Harmon's Family Day. Pitch to Rouse on the way. A fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees. 0-1. Stop by your neighborhood Harmon's, pick up a Family Day voucher, and get 7 tickets for your family for just $15 at the Stingers box office. The 0-1 pitch off speed, a little bit high, 1-1. That's for tomorrow and for Monday night, Harmon's Family Night. Now the line by Thomas, the 1-1. Rouse swings and lifts one foul up onto the roof, third base side. And the count on Rouse is 1-2. Tomorrow, it'll be left-hander Jake Woods getting his second start for the Stingers against right-hander Mike Ziegler. Here's a swing of the ground foul at the first base side. Joe Saunders on Monday against the starter to be determined, and then Chris Hunter or possibly Calvin Escobar on an injury rehab assignment. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss out in front of an off-speed pitch, and that retires the side. 1-2, 3-0 across. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Thomas. After an inning and a half, it's the Stingers 2 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
When's the right time to get a Zions Bank Gold account? Well, say you're fresh out of college
with your first real job. You probably want a gold account so you can take advantage of things like free internet banking and unlimited check writing. Or say you've reached a point in life
when the kids have left home and a gold account gives you a rent-free safe deposit box and no issuing fees on traveler's checks. Or maybe you're about
to have your first child and you like the higher interest rates on gold account savings and discounted loan rates with flexible terms. So when's the right time
to get a Zions Bank Gold account? When you see all the benefits, you'll just know. For more information, visit your local Zions Bank branch or zionsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Preston Beckstrand, your Zions Bank personal banking representative in Pleasant Grove. Right now, when you sign up for gold accounts, our branch will donate $25 to the local school of your choice.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Jack Sorensen, Casey Smith, and Chris Prieto due up to face left-hander Dan Meyer. It's 2-0 River. The Stingers in favor of over the River Cats. I'll try it in English next. Jack Sorensen batting .300, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, 34 runs batted in. He takes high, ball 1. Jack hitting .250 against Sacramento this year, 10 for 40. Again, sharing the team lead with Brian Gordon at 10 RBI against Sacramento pitching. Sorensen on the 1-0, lifts one foul, twisting out of play to the upper deck down the right field line, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Stingers. RBI singles by Jeff Mathis and Nick Gorneau in the first, as there's an off-speed pitch outside. 2-1 the count. Meyer last year made his major league debut, made 2 appearances, and did not allow an earned run in an Atlanta Braves uniform as the fastball misses high, ball 3. He was 6-3 at AA Greenville, 3-3 at AAA Richmond. He pitched 2 scoreless innings against the Mets last September at Shea Stadium for the Braves. 3-1 delivery, and Sorensen takes a strike on the outside corner just under the belt, and that fills the count at 3-2. Al Meyer's payoff pitch. Line into right field, a base hit as Zach goes the other way with it. That is hit number 4 for the Stingers. All singles so far tonight. That'll bring up Casey Smith, the first baseman, batting .209, 6 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 16 runs batted in. Getting back to Meyer, his efforts at Greenville and Richmond in AA and AAA respectively. His combined ERA of 2.49 was 10th best in all of the minor leagues last year. So Sorensen at first, nobody out. Smith bunts third base side, a pretty good one. Off the mound, the pitcher Meyer has it and throws over to first base, but it pulls Garrett off the bag. Smith probably had it beaten out anyway, and the Stingers have runners at first and second, nobody out. An excellent bunt by Casey Smith. Hit number 5 for the Stingers, and so 2-1 and nobody out for Chris Prieto. He walked his first time up. In Tacoma's game against Fresno, still about a half hour or so away from getting started. So Prieto receiving the base on balls his first time up. Cornerman pinching in, expecting bunt. Prieto squares around and takes outside, ball 1. Chris has laid down 11 sacrifice bunts. That ties Mike Moriarty's franchise record for sacrifices in one season. The 1-0 pitch, Prieto takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1 as he squared around to bunt again. The one more sacrifice, and Prieto will have a new single-season franchise record. Beatty in at the edge of the grass at third. Likewise for Garrett at first. As Meyer whirls and looks the runner, Sorensen, back to second base. Alberto Callaspo due next. Meyer ready, the 1-1. Prieto takes a breaking ball into the dirt. 2-1 the count on Chris. 2-0 Stingers in the second and looking for more. One thing that hadn't seen a lot of from the Stingers that materialized in that first inning. Both runs driven in with 2 out base hits. Those had been few and far between of late. And they've seen their batting average with runners in scoring position drop almost 30 points since the All-Star break. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Prieto. Meyer's pitch. Prieto bunts. It's a good one. Off the mound, Meyer has it. Looks toward third, but has to go to first. In time for the out, and Chris Prieto sets a new franchise record with his 12th sacrifice bunt of the season. So 1 out. Sorensen to third. Smith to second. Now here's Alberto Callaspo, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first inning. They kept Meyer busy on the mound, going after the bunts. The one that went for a single by Smith, and the one that just went for a sacrifice by Prieto. So with runners at second and third, 1 out, the River Cats are going to play the infield in all the way around. Meyer ready, and the first pitch to Callaspo is a breaking ball into the dirt, smothered by the catcher Baker for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Stingers 5 wins away from their 10th plus 500 record in the 12 years of the franchise. The 1-0 pitch. Callaspo rolls one to short. The contact play on. The throw to the plate is off the glove of Baker. In to score is Sorensen. Casey Smith in behind them as well. On to second base goes Callaspo, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Stingers. The infield was drawn in. Callaspo hit a slow roller. The contact play was on, so Sorensen broke from third, and the throw by Rouse was a little bit wide to the third base side of the plate and glanced off the glove. Baker will be a throwing error. Charge to the shortstop Rouse. So 4-0 in favor of the Stingers with a runner at second base and 1 out. And the batter will be Josh Paul, who struck out swinging his first time up. Takes a curveball low and inside, ball 1. So the Stingers jumping out early in this one. Both teams traveling today. The Stingers coming from Portland and Sacramento coming from Tucson. Now the 1-0. Paul takes downstairs for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Although the Stingers' flight wasn't until 9:30, Sacramento left Tucson at 6 a.m., which meant a very early wake-up call. Then they had a change of planes in Las Vegas. The 2-0 pitch. Ball swings and lines a base hit into center field. Cayaspo being waved around third. Here comes Charles Thomas. Throw cut off at the mound. The throw to first. Safe is Josh Paul. An RBI single for Paul. And now the Stingers have a 5-0 lead. And they're doing it one base at a time. 6 hits, all singles for the Stingers in this one. So now the batter is Rob Quinlan, who singled to center field. His first time up. As the catcher, John Baker, out to the mound to talk things over with Meyer.
Number 47, Rob Quinlan.
And the Stingers parent club, the Angels winners today over the Red Sox 4-2. So the Angels have taken 2 out of 3 so far in that series. First pitch to Quinlan, and it's a fastball strike on the inside corner, just under the bell. The count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Now Meyer ready, the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1. Irvin Santana, who spent most of this season at AA, made a handful of appearances for the Stingers here at AAA. Now 7-5 for the Angels after pitching 7 2/3 strong innings today for the Angels as Quinlan takes high. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Gave up just 2 runs on 5 hits with 5 strikeouts and no walks. Now Meyer ready, the 2-1. Quinlan swings and fouls it back into the screen, and that evens the count at 2-2. Francisco Rodriguez, who has struggled of late, worked the 9th inning for his 28th save in 33 chances. Red Sox now lead the Yankees by only 3 games in the American League East. Quinlan on the 2-2, chops one over the mound, past second base and through into center field for a single. Ball will stop at second base. This is starting to look like a top 40 radio station from the 60s and 70s because the hits just keep on coming. As once again, Rick Rodriguez, the Sacramento pitching coach, goes out to the mound to talk things over with the battery of Dan Meyer and John Baker. Runners at first and second base, 1 out. 3 runs in here in the second as the Stingers lead 5-0. Oakland and Kansas City underway. No score after 2 as the Royals try to snap that 19-game losing streak. So here's Jeff Mathis, who drove in a run with a base hit his first time up. And after tonight, only 7 home games left on the 2005 regular season schedule. So runners at first and second base, 1 out. Meyer comes set on the first pitch to Mathis. Swung on and popped up. Behind the mound, who's going to take it? The shortstop Rouse between second base and the mound makes the catch. Infield fly rule was in effect anyway. So the Mathis would have been automatically out even if the shortstop Rouse had dropped the ball. So 2 out, 2 on for Nick Gorneau, who punched a single to right field his first time up to drive in a run. Then coming up in the top of the third, our check of the Abra scoreboard coming up. First pitch to Gorneau. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Nick. $86 runs batted in now. 10 of them coming against Sacramento. Now the 1-0 pitch. Inside at the belt, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Gorneau with Luke Allen due next. 2 balls, no strikes, 5-0 Stingers here in the second inning. Infield back, the outfield straight away for the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gorneau out in front of a changeup, and the count's 2-1. And Meyer, fastball in the low 90s, slider and a changeup. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Gorneau. Meyer ready, the 2-1. Fastball strike on the inside corner, just under the belt, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stingers closing in on that 10,000th run in franchise history. They're just 44 away. Now the 2-2. Swing and a foul as he got jammed on that one, but was able to fight it off and drop it into the first row behind the Stingers dugout. So the count on Gorneau remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5-0 Stingers here in the second. Paul at second base, Quinlan over at first. Meyer looks in and gets his sign from Baker. And now steps off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And again, Meyer steps off. Now Meyer back on once again, looks in and gets his sign from Baker. Now the left-hander comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and a high drive to deep left center field. Bynum going back. It's up there, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Nick Gorneau. And now the Stingers lead it 8-0. For Gorneau, he takes over the team lead. That's his 22nd of the year. He now has 89 runs batted in, 4 of those tonight. As he jumped all over that 2-2 delivery from Dan Meyer. So now here's Luke Allen, who was called out on strikes to end the first inning as the Stingers have batted around. First pitch is in under the letters for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the pitch. Fastball high, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4th home run for Gorneau against Sacramento pitching this year. The 1-1 pitch to Luke. Off speed and over. Belt high in the inside half of the plate, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Now Meyer deals. Fastball away for the left-hand batter, and that evens the count at 2-2. 8-0 Stingers with a 6-run second inning posted. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Meyer's pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out to retire the side. The Stingers put up 6 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. And nobody was left on the base paths. As we go to the third, it's now the Stingers 8 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Do you always feel tired when you wake up? Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mess with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
8-0 in favor of the Stingers. It'll be for the Sacramento River Cats. Sean Garrett, Charles Thomas, and John Baker due up to face right-hander Evan Thomas. It's also time for our third inning update of the Abra scoreboard. Because Abra Auto Body and Glass provides a lifetime written guarantee on all structural and body repairs, they're a preferred provider for most insurance companies. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA today to schedule your appointment. Left-handed hitting Sean Garrett to start things off. He chose bunt and misses for a strike, and it's 0-1. Garrett hitting .283, 21 doubles, 1 triple, 14 homers, 69 runs batted in, 10 for 37 against Salt Lake pitching. Now the pitch, change up outside. That evens the count on Garrett at 1 ball and 1 strike. Give you that Abra scoreboard after the 1-1 pitch to Garrett. Swung on and pulled past Casey Smith into right field, a base hit. So the River Cats have their first base runner of the game after Evan Thomas retired the first 6 batters he faced. Here's Charles Thomas, the center fielder, hitting .244, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 28 runs batted in. Thomas 2 for 18 against Salt Lake pitching this year. Nashville shut out Oklahoma 4-0, so that means the winner of the Albuquerque Round Rock game, those two teams tied for second, will pull to within 1/2 game of the division-leading Red Hawks. Thomas shows bunt, lays it down, third base side, bare hand pickup by Paul, spins and throws to first in time for the out. On the play, Garrett takes second. So 2-3 on the putout, 1 away. That'll bring up John Baker, the catcher, hitting .235, 22 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, 40 runs batted in. Albuquerque and Round Rock are tied 4-4 in the 5th, so the winning team will be a half game behind Oklahoma. The loser will remain a game and a half back. New Orleans leads at Omaha 6-0 in the 9th. Marlon Byrd with his 6th home run for the Zephyrs. Byrd, of course, spent the first half of the season primarily with Philadelphia. First pitch to Baker outside, ball 1. In the 7th at Des Moines, Iowa leads Memphis 3-1. Tucson at Colorado Springs, no score in the 2nd inning. Later on, Fresno at Tacoma, and Portland visits Las Vegas. Now the 1-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1. In the bottom of the 10th inning at Detroit, the Tigers and the Blue Jays are tied 2-2. Detroit with the potential winning run at third with 2 outs. After 5.5 in Cleveland, the Indians lead Baltimore 6-1 as there's a breaking ball low, 2-1. Bottom of the 9th at Minnesota, the Twins and the Mariners are tied 2-2. Minnesota had a 2-0 lead, but Richie Sexton and Adrian Beltre went deep in the 7th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike, a runner at second, 1 out, 8-0 Stingers. Has a fastball high, and it's 3-1. Oakland 0, Kansas City 0. A's batting in the bottom of the 3rd. Earlier today, the Yankees shut out the White Sox 5-0. The Angels doubled up the Red Sox 4-2, and Tampa Bay down Texas 4-2. Now the 3-1 to Baker, swung on and sliced foul down the left field line into the upper deck. So that fills the count at 3-2. National League in the bottom of the 8th inning. It was once 8-0 Mets, but it's now New York 8 and Washington 6 as the Nationals put up a half dozen in the 7th inning. Cincinnati batting in the bottom of the 9th, trailing Arizona 6-1. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. Baker lines one towards left. Gorneau racing back. He draws a bead on it and makes the catch for the out. At first it thought maybe that might carry over his head, but Gorneau able to run it down for the second out of the inning. Sean Garrett holds at second for Freddie Bynum, who bounced out to the shortstop Sorensen his first time up. After 6 in Denver, Colorado leads the Cubs 3-0. St. Louis topped San Francisco 4-2. In 13 innings, the Padres beat the Braves 7-2 as San Diego scored 5 at the top of the 13th. Dodgers blasted the Marlins 11-6. There's a changeup over for a strike, 0-1. Milwaukee edged Houston 3-2, and Philadelphia topped Pittsburgh 6-1. Here it's 8-0 Stingers in the third. Runner at second base, 2 out. The 0-1 to Bynum, swinging a ground ball right side. Backhanded by Casey Smith. The underhand lead toss to Thomas in plenty of time. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner was left on base. After 2.5, it's the Stingers 8. Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Go to Plaza Cycle, everybody's coming down. Come to Plaza Cycle with me. Come to Plaza Cycle with me.
Right now is the best time to get the best deals at Plaza Cycle. Plaza Cycle is the #1 dealer for Yamaha, Honda, and Kawasaki. Plaza Cycle has the lowest prices on Yamaha street bikes at $1,000 off. Think about it. For nothing down and $49 a month, you are on a sweet ride. Only at Plaza Cycle. Need a Honda ATV for the hunt? Plaza Cycle gives you the best at $700 off. Honda street bikes, $1,200 off. You've got to come in now to see these deals. Need Kawasaki 4x4 power. All Plaza Cycle Kawasaki 4x4 ATVs come with a 2,500-pound winch for $69. With nothing down, you've got nothing to lose. But you got to come in now for the best deals on ATVs and street bikes at Plaza Cycle.
Come to Plaza Cycle with me. Come to Plaza Cycle with me.
Well, it's Plaza Cycle fun in the warm Plaza Cycle sun.
Located at 1379 West, 33rd South.
Drug and alcohol abuse, violence, and crime are among the top problems facing our children today. Prevention Dimensions, a nationally recognized program, gives students a strong foundation to resist substance abuse and violence.
To drinking and drugs. To violence and crime.
Prevention Dimensions. For more information, log on to utahpd.org.
Go to the bottom of the third. It's 8-0 in favor of the Stingers, and it's also time for our Great Clips junior broadcaster as Tanner Berg joins us. Tanner is 8 years old and is second grader at Howard Dreggs Elementary. First of all, Tanner, how you doing tonight?
Good.
Good. Hope you're having a good time so far. The Stingers are having a good time, too, as they lead 8-0 as Zach Sorensen leads it off, and he pops it up foul. First base side on a play. Strike one. Now, Tanner, did you just finish second grade, or you're about ready to start second grade?
I'm just starting second grade.
Just starting second grade.
Yeah.
What's your? It says your favorite subject is math, and you love to read. So you're all ready for second grade?
Yeah.
Now the 0-1 pitch, and that's belted in the left field for a base hit. Played on the second hop by Freddie Bynum, and Zach Sorensen's 2 for 2. That'll bring up Casey Smith, who reached on a bunt single his first time up. Now, I know this is already written down for me, Tanner, but I'm going to let you tell the folks listening at home and here in the ballpark tonight, what kind of books do you like to read?
Probably Dr. Seuss books.
Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
It says here, Harry Potter. You like Harry Potter, too?
Yeah.
You've seen have you read the new one yet?
No.
There's a first pitch fastball inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. We're talking with Tanner Berg, our Great Clips junior broadcaster tonight. Now the left-hander Meyer ready. The pitch swung on and looped foul. Nice catch made by the fan who brought a glove in row 3. And the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Says here that Tanner plays baseball. You played on the Mount Olympus Bulls. Was that a coach pitch or a T-ball team?
It's coach pitch.
1-1 delivery, swung on, and Smith pops it up into right field. Matt Watson a couple of steps back and to his right, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Sorensen retreats back to first base, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Chris Prieto, who's walked and sacrificed. What position did you play for the Mount Olympus Bulls this year?
I just kind of switched.
Switched all over? Okay, then which one was your favorite place to play?
First.
First base?
Yeah.
That way you're in on almost every play, and that's a good spot to play, first base.
Yeah, it is.
So runner at first base, 1 out. 8-0 Stingers here in the third, and Chris Prieto at the plate. He set a new franchise record with his 12th sacrifice of the season his last time up, and he takes a curveball low and outside, ball 1. Now it says here for fun you like to 4-wheel. Where do you like to go 4-wheel? Any place in particular?
Probably at my cabin.
Your cabin is at Flaming Gorge, it says here. There's a pitch, pop foul, first base side. John Baker over near the railing, but the Sacramento catcher watches it sail into the stands, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, Tanner, I've lived here for 14 years now, and I've never been to Flaming Gorge.
Really?
What's the best thing about Flaming Gorge?
It's probably I like it here.
It says here you like to four-wheel there. That you boat there as well.
What?
You guys like to? It says here you love to boat.
Yeah.
Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Prieto on a changeup is out in front of it and taps it foul behind home plate, and the count's 1-2. How long have you been four-wheeling?
Probably for almost a year, maybe.
A lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Prieto. The pitch. Swung on, line to first, caught by Garrett, turns and steps on the bag for the inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left on base. Tanner, I'm sorry it was a fast inning, but enjoy second grade, and thanks for coming up tonight.
Yeah.
All right, at the end of 3, it's the Stingers 8, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
In baseball and in life, crossing home plate is the ultimate goal. With a home equity or mortgage loan from America First Credit Union, you can get there. Besides low interest rates, most America First home loans have no closing costs or appraisal fees. Apply today, and you'll be entered into a weekly drawing for a home away from home vacation at the beautiful Homestead Resort in Midway. So if you're looking to buy, build, remodel, or just get away, click, call, or come into America First. No purchase necessary. Contest ends August 30th, 2005. Rules available at AmericaFirst.com. Equal housing lender. At America First Credit Union, members come first.
Wow, that is amazing.
Pardon me, miss. Are you an Albertsons associate?
No.
Then may I ask what you're doing?
Checking the price.
You're checking the price.
That is correct. Oh, check this price.
What? Where?
Next to the sign that says check the price.
Wow, that's a very good price.
What did I tell you?
Albertsons has lowered the prices on thousands of items shoppers buy most. So come on in and check the price. You're going to love what you see.
Hey, let's check these prices over here.
Sorry, pal. I work alone.
Check the new low prices at Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
We go to the 4th inning, 8-0 in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Jermaine Clark, Matt Watson, and Jack Costu up to face right-hander Evan Thomas. Our thanks to Tanner Berg, our Great Cliff Jr. broadcaster tonight. Again, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13 and would like to be the Great Cliff Jr. broadcaster, just stop by your neighborhood Great Cliff location register, but you better hurry, as there's only 7 more home games left, which means 3 more Great Cliff Jr. broadcasters to come up to the booth. Jermaine Clark grounded out to Cayaspo at second his first time up. Shows fun and takes an off-speed pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on the left-hand hitting Jermaine Clark. The pitch inside as he jackknifes to get out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sacramento, Clark's 4th different PCL team, having played previously with Tacoma, Oklahoma, and Portland. The 1-1 to Clark. Fastball strike on the outside corner above the knees, 1-2. Last year spent most of the season at AAA Louisville. Did appear in 14 games for Cincinnati. The 1-2 pitch. Change up outside. 2-2 the count on Clark. Evan Thomas with an 8-0 lead here in the 4th inning as the pitch comes home. Swung on, popped up, shallow right center. Prieto on the run, can't get to it. It drops in for a base hit, and Chris neatly barehands that ball to keep it from getting by him and allowing Clark an extra base. As Clark crossed up the defense there, it was shaded around towards left center, and he dropped the ball into shallow right center field. So that is the second hit of the ball game for Sacramento. And it brings up Matt Watson, the right fielder. Grounded out to the shortstop Sorensen his first time up. Watson homered in the AAA All-Star game and That got his wife interviewed on ESPN that night. Here's a swing and a tap foul at the first base side. Speaking of ESPN, it'll be a week from Monday night when the Stingers open up the final home series of the year against Colorado Springs, when SportsCenter's 50 States in 50 Days will be broadcasting live from Franklin Covey Field for their 4 o'clock and 9 o'clock Sports Centers. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Watson takes a fastball strike on the outside corner above the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count with Clark at first base and nobody out. Stingers leading by a score of 8-0. Jermaine Clark the lead at first. Thomas ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Evan Thomas, and there's 1 out. That'll bring up Jack Cust. Struck out swinging his first time up. Tacoma and Fresno just now getting underway at Cheney Stadium. And the Stingers 1 game in back, but for all intents and purposes 2 back, as the Rainiers have the tiebreaker, since my suggestion to the league has fallen on deaf ears that the tiebreaker should be the team that spent the most days in first place. But they won't change the rules for me, I guess, so it goes on the head-to-head, and Tacoma won the series 11-5. As Thomas's breaking ball misses low to Cust, ball 1. Cust struck out swinging his first time up. Infield double play depth behind Thomas. Stingers, of course, lead the league with 160 double plays turned. The toss to first, and Clark dives back in safely. The infield at double play depth. The outfield is shaded towards left. As the 1-0 comes into Cust, and it's a curveball low, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Cust. First round pick by the Diamondbacks in 1997 in their first ever draft. Now the 2-0. Strike call, 2-1. Cust not particularly enthralled with the call, so the count 2 balls, 1 strike on Cust. With 3:02 on the last homestand by the River Cats. Now the 2-1. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the belt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's already fanned this year with the strikeout in the second inning 137 times, and that's a new Sacramento River Cat franchise record. The old record of 129 was set by Graham Kuntz last year. Now the 2-2 to Cust. Strike 3 called on an off-speed pitch just under the belt on the outside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Evan Thomas. And that'll bring up Andrew Beatty, who bounced out to Cayaspo at second base, his first time up. Beatty at third base tonight. Twice this year he's had hitting streaks of 10 games or more. Thomas, the quick throw to first, and it's off the glove of Smith, but the Stingers catch a break as that hit the first base umpire, Kevin Kelly, after it hit the glove of Casey Smith. Otherwise, that ball probably would have rolled away far enough for Clark to get up and go to second base. So a break for the Stingers there. Now the pitch to Beatty. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Beatty with 31 doubles, tops on the Sacramento Ball Club. Not quite in the top 5 in the league. No balls, 1 strike. Now Thomas's pitch. Clark takes off. The pitch is outside. The throw to second base bounces in, and the head first line gets Clark in safely. 12th stolen base for Jermaine Clark in 18 tries. So the count on Andrew Beatty, 1 ball and 1 strike, and now the River Cats have a runner in scoring position with 2 out. Beatty hot in that series at Tucson. Hit .529 against Sidewinder's pitching, going 9 for 17. The 1-1 pitch, change up over at the belt for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beatty, a switch hitter, batting to the left side against the right-hander Thomas, who delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fastball to foul back into the screen, so it's still 1-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Beatty. Clark now in scoring position at second base. Thomas ready, the 1-2. Swinging a ground foul past the first base dugout, but the carom out of the reach of netman, who's wearing something out there. Might be a purple tutu, but I think on netman that's a 4-4 or a 5-5. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Now Thomas ready, gets the sign from Josh Paul. The pitch, swinging a foul at home plate, and the count remains 1-2. And Josh Paul here on an injury rehab assignment from a sprained right thumb that he suffered. Brett Prinz, who's been on the 60-day disabled list after 3 appearances early this year for the Angels, is also here on a rehab assignment, as is Rob Quinlan. The 1-2 pitch to Beatty, a fastball high, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kansas City and Oakland tied 1-1 in the 4th. Royals trying to avoid their 20th straight loss. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts for Evan Thomas. After 3 1/2, it's the Stingers 8, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
I'm here at the incredible Jiffy Lube, talking with a Jiffy Lube certified technician.
Hello.
Now, I've heard rumors that you tell customers what their car needs before you service it.
Yeah. We take people through a service review before we do anything on their car. We explain what needs to be done according to the car manufacturer's recommendations and warranty requirements. Then we don't do a thing until they approve it.
That's just crazy talk. Your philosophy is to involve the customer and actually let them know what's going on with their car?
Yeah, it seems to make sense to us.
It might just be nutty enough to work.
At Jiffy Lube, every customer gets a complete service review, so you know ahead of time what your car needs, and then you decide what work to have done.
And what is that thing he's putting on the car there?
That's a fuel filter?
To filter the fuel.
Yes, very clever. For oil changes and preventive maintenance, nobody does it like Jiffy Lube.
Not all engines are the same. Quaker State has a specialty line of oils to match your vehicle's needs. Come to Jiffy Lube and ask for Quaker State. Quaker State, the power to reduce friction.
Singular Wireless is a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Stingers and Utah Jazz. Baseball fans, remember to bring your Stingers ticket stub to a participating Singular Wireless location for a great offer, and let Singular take you out to the ball game. Singular Wireless has over 30 locations along the Wasatch Front, so visit singularwireless.com for a location near you. Some restrictions apply. See store manager for details.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Stingers 8 and Sacramento nothing. It'll be Alberto Callaspo, Josh Paul, and Rob Quinlan due up to face left-hander Dan Meyer. Stingers got to Meyer for 2 runs in the first and 6 runs in the second inning. Alberto Callaspo's been up twice. He's reached twice on fielder's choices and has scored twice. The pitch on the way, off speed and over at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Callaspo. As Meyer deals. Curveball low, 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike the pitch. Callaspo takes high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. The pitch, fastball high, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Cayaspo leading things off. The pitch, and it's high and outside for ball 4. So Cayaspo draws a base on balls. That's the second walk issued by pitcher Dan Meyer. Ball singled in a run and scored his last time up. So runner at first base, nobody out. There's a pitch swung on and popped up into behind first base into short right. Clark, the second baseman, out, makes the catch. 4 out, number 1. Back to first goes Cayaspo. 1 away here in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Rob Quinlan. Don't forget, for every Stingers home run this year, Siegfried and Jensen will donate $100 to the Utah Special Olympics. Siegfried and Jensen, the law firm for accident victims. Nick Corneau's 3-run home run in the 2nd inning was the Stingers' 128th round tripper of the year. That makes the total donation $12,800 to this point as Quinlan takes high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Mariners today released infielder Scott Spezio, calling up Greg Dobbs from Tacoma. A 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball 1-1. Spezio, I don't believe, was even hitting 100. Was hurt for a while, rehabbed with the Rainiers, played here for Tacoma back earlier this season in June. Now the 1-1 to Quinlan. Swing and a miss at a fastball away, 1-2. Quinlan 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and 2 runs scored. He now has 8 hits over his last 3 games. Infield double play depth behind the pitcher Meyer as the 1-2 comes home. Swinging a ground ball right side. Clark to his left, flags it down, spins, goes to second for 1. Back to first, double play. 4-6-3 double play, and I'm not so sure that the shortstop Rouse had his foot on second for that out, nor did Garrett over at first base. But at the end of 4, it's the Stingers 8 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Morris Murdoch Travel can fly you to Hawaii from just $709 complete, including round-trip air and 5 nights accommodations. Just $709 complete. At that price, you can afford to enjoy the aloha spirit in Hawaii, America's premier vacation destination. So it's into the sun and fun of Hawaii from just $709 for air and 5 nights hotel. Valid on select departure dates. Some restrictions apply. Call Morris Murdoch Travel at 1-888-999-4646 for details. Or plan to take the family to Disneyland from just $181 per person, quad occupancy, including 3 days and 2 nights at the Hilton Anaheim Hotel, and a 3-day Disneyland Resort Park Hopper bonus ticket. Disneyland from just $181 quad, including 2 nights hotel and a 3-day Park Hopper pass. Prices based on 2 adults and 2 children staying in the same room. Some restrictions apply, so call 1-888-999-4646 for details. Hawaii from $109 complete, and Disneyland land packages at the Hilton Anaheim Hotel from $181. Call Morris Murdoch Travel for details.
Hi, Susan.
Hello, Frank.
Susan, weren't you just...
Hello, Frank.
Susan, weren't you just out in the parking lot?
Hello, Frank.
What's going on here? I'm seeing Susan everywhere.
Since we got those office machines from Automated Business Products, Susan's been unbelievably efficient. It's like having 12 office managers. And I'm taking Susan 7 out for dinner.
Get unduplicated sales, servicing, and leasing from Automated Business Products, an authorized Savin dealer. Automated Business Products. Work smart, get automated.
Well, we go to the 5th inning. The Stingers 8 and Sacramento nothing. Mike Rouse, Sean Garrett, Charles Thomas, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, 2 up for the River Cats. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment. Nick Corneau in left, Chris Prieto in center, and Luke Gallens in right. Rob Quinlan at third, Zach Sorensen at short, Alberto Cayaspo at second, and Casey Smith is at first. A battery of Evan Thomas pitching and Josh Paul catching. Mike Rouse struck out swinging his first time up. Evan Thomas is fan 5 as the first pitch is fouled back into the screen for strike 1. The 5 strikeouts, 1 shy of his season high of 6 set in his last start at Tacoma, which was on Monday night. The 0-1 pitch inside a ball, 1-1. Kansas City has a lead at Oakland 2-1. Terrence Long of the Royals has a chance, although he's trying to avoid it, to set a historical mark tonight as there's a pitch in the air to left field. Cornell racing back, still going back at the edge of the track. He makes the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 1. Rouse hit it well the other way, but Cornell had it lined up from the get-go, and so there's 1 away, and that'll bring up Sean Garrett, who singled to right his first time up. If Kansas City loses tonight, Terrence Long of the Royals will be the first person to be on a team to have lost 20 in a row and on a team that had won 20 in a row. Pitch on the way, off speed and high, ball 1, as he's on the Royals now and could lose 20 in a row. And he was on an Oakland A's team a couple, 3 years back that had a 20-game winning streak. 1-0 pitch, and there's a deep drive to right. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Off the light standard in right field. A solo homer for Sean Garrett. And the River Cats are on the board. It's now an 8-1 ball game. Third hit of the ball game for Sacramento. Garrett has 2 of them. So for Garrett, his 15th homer, his 70th run batted in, and for Evan Thomas, that's his 14th round tripper surrendered. That's Garrett's first home run against Salt Lake pitching. Brings up Charles Thomas. Tapped one out in front of the plate his first time up that Josh Paul was able to recover and throw to first to get him out on. Pitch on the way, and it's a curveball low and inside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Thomas's pitch, and that's a strike in at the knees on the outside half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. There's a pitch, chopped to the right side. Callaspo handles the bill of the cap high bounce and throws to first for the out. 2 down. That'll bring up John Baker, who flied to left field his first time up.
Number 33, John Baker.
So Baker, the batter, the number 9 hitter in the Sacramento batting order. So an 8-1 ball game now in favor of the Stingers as they score 2 in the first and 6 in the second. River Cats getting the home run by Garrett here in the 5th as Baker takes low and inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. Baker out of Cal, where he was an all Pac-10 selection as a junior when he led the conference in hitting at 383. 1-0 pitch, a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Last year, tied for the Texas League's 4th spot with 32 doubles. The 1-1 pitch, Baker takes in at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield shaded towards left for the left-hand batter as Thomas's 1-2 comes home. Swinging a ground ball again on 3 hops. Callaspo handles the shoulder, the shin high bounce this time and throws to first. And that'll do it for the River Cats in the 5th. 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's the Stingers 8, Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
What's that sound, you ask? It's my car guzzling gas. And that's me singing the blues at the price of gasoline. When gas prices have you down, let Cypress Credit Union pick you up with up to $20 in gasoline and auto loan financing as low as 4.99% APR. That's right. When you get an auto loan at Cypress Credit Union, we'll give you up to $20 in free gasoline. If your auto loan rate is higher than 4.99%, or if you're buying a new vehicle, call Cypress Credit Union today at 260-7700. Or you can apply at any of our 9 branches throughout Salt Lake Valley or on our website at cypresscu.com. Buying a new car is a big decision, but financing with Cypress Credit Credit Union is an easy one with up to $20 in gasoline and auto loan financing as low as 4.99% APR. Now I'm filled with joy as I drive away from Cypress Credit Union in my new car with a full tank of gas. Woo-hoo!
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Wiener Schnitzel is proud to be the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Stingers. Because if there's one thing Wiener Schnitzel loves, besides hot dogs, it's baseball. In fact, we've scored a big home run with the all-new Baseball Helmet Sundae that sends you to first with soft serve goodness. Second, with delicious hot fudge, races on to third with a heaping swirl of whipped cream, and slides into home with a cherry on top. And while you're at Wiener Schnitzel, try our big and beefy stadium dog. Baseball, hot dogs, and tasty-free soft serve treats. Only at Wiener Schnitzel.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Stingers 8 and Sacramento 1. Salt Lake is out hit Sacramento 9-3. It'll be Jeff Mathis, Nick Gorneau, and Luke Allen, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to face Dan Meyer. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Sacramento defensive alignment. Freddie Bynum in left. Charles Thomas in center, Matt Watson in right, Andrew Beatty at third, Mike Rouse at short, Jermaine Clark at second, John Garrett at first. Battery of Dan Meyer pitching, John Baker catching as the changeup to Mathis misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Myers pitch. Swing and a miss at an off-speed delivery, 1-1. Our Salt Lake alumnus of the day, Cleveland's Casey Blake, who was with the Buzz in 2000, hit a 3-run home run in the 8th inning to tie the game last night as the Indians went 10 innings to beat Baltimore 5-4. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris Butchek getting the win last night for the Stingers, his 29th in a Salt Lake uniform, which is second all-time in franchise history behind LaTroy Hawkins, who had 32. The pitch misses high for a ball, 2-2. Butchek's third strikeout was his 300th as a Stinger, and that's third all-time behind Mark Redmond at 331 and Travis Miller at 313. 2-2 pitch outside, a ball, and that fills the count at 3-2. Meyer took something off of that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Myers pitch, swinging a foul back. Stingers struggling today at the Portland airport with the old dollar bill on a string trick. Dropping the money out of a player's pocket, and someone will come to pick it up, and the money will be attached to a string. Here's a line drive down the left field line, hooking into the corner, and that's a foul ball. Just missing extra bases. But the other passengers on the concourse there at Portland were a little bit too quick. Most of them were able to grab it anyway. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stingers 8, Sacramento 1. Good thing our guys were using just a $1 bill. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Meyer with the payoff pitch to Mathis. Swung on and lifted foul out of play down the right field line and up on top of the roof. Well, the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jeff Mathis. The payoff pitch again is low, ball 4. That's the 3rd walk issued by Meyer. All 3 have led off an inning. Here's Nick Gorneau, who's had a big night so far. An RBI single in the 1st and a 3-run home run in the 2nd. As activity now underway as a right-hander is throwing in the Sacramento bullpen. Runner at first base. The pitch to Gorneau is high. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. I believe that's Victor Moreno throwing. It is Victor Moreno down in the Sacramento bullpen. Mathis at first, the 1-0 to Gordeau. A curveball into the dirt, smothered by the catcher Baker, and the count's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Washington got 2 more in the ninth to tie the Mets at 8-8, a game New York led 8-0 after 3. Now Meyer ready, and the 2-0 to Gordeau. Fastball inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Stingers had an 8-0 lead in this one. It's currently 8-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Infield double play depth behind Meyer. As the 3-0 comes home, Gordeau with a green light comes up empty on a fastball, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fresno and Tacoma scoreless in the first inning at Genie Stadium. The 3-1 pitch. Mathis takes off as Gordeau fouls it back into the screen. And now the count is full at 3-2. So back to first heads Mathis. Albuquerque trailing at Round Rock 5-4 in the 8th. The winner of that game moves within a half game of first place Oklahoma, which was shut out tonight at Nashville 4-0. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Gordeau swings and it's a high towering fly ball. Left field. Bynum at the edge of the track has room. And he'll make the catch. Mathis will tag at first. He'll try for second and he slides in safely. Good base running by Mathis. He saw Bynum backing up on that ball, thinking that he wouldn't be able to get a whole lot on the throw, and that's exactly what took place. The throw also offline to the infield side of second. The Stingers get a runner at second base with 1 out, and the batter will be Luke Allen, who's had a tough night against Meyer. Called out on strikes in the first, went down swinging in the second. Pitch on the way, a fastball right down the middle of strike 0-1. So Luke's struggles continue with just 1 hit in his last 20 at-bats. Mathis out at second base. 1 out, the 0-1 pitch to Luke. Long on, popped up. Shallow center. Thomas racing in. The shortstop going out, and it's Rouse. The shortstop with the over-the-shoulder grab. He goes down to 1 knee, but then quickly gets up and gets it back in as Mathis retreats to second base. So good effort by Rouse going out to catch that pop fly. So runner at second base, 2 outs, and the hitter will be Zach Sorensen. Zach has singled to right and delivered a base hit to left. So 2 outs and a runner at second base. For Zach Sorensen, as I mentioned, 2 for 2. Pitch on the way, curveball, low, ball 1. Zach had a tough road trip at the plate, going 5 for 30. One ball, no strikes. Now Meyer ready to pitch. Fastball away from Sorensen. Ball 2. 2-0 the count with Casey Smith due next. Again, Victor Moreno, a right-hander, throwing in the Sacramento bullpen as the lefty Meyer delivers the 2-0 high and outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Again tomorrow night, Jake Woods makes his second start against right-hander Mike Ziegler. The 3-0. Sorensen takes the strike at the knees, 3-1. Ziegler was in the Angels organization for what, a day and a half before the trade for Tom Gregorio was rescinded. After Ziegler had reported to Double-A Arkansas, the 3-1 to Sorensen popped up down the right field line, twisting out of play and well back into the seats. So the count remains 3-2. Eventually, though, the A's did acquire Gregorio from the Angels organization, and Tom is here in a Sacramento uniform. 3-2 the count on Sorensen. Mathis out at second base. The 3-2 to Zach. Swinging a foul back into the screen. It's still 3-2. Then 2 o'clock start tomorrow. You can get up to 7 family members in for $15 by stopping by Harmon's and picking up the Harmon's Family Day coupon. 3-2 again to Zach, and that's pulled. And a diving stop at third by Beatty to his right. Throws, bounces it in. Safe at first base is Sorensen. Great effort by Andrew Beatty with an all-out extension and dive to his right. Backhanded the ball, but couldn't get it up on his throw. It bounced in, and Sorensen able to beat the wrap at first base. So Sorensen has his third hit of the night, and the Stingers have runners at the corners with 2 out for Casey Smith. They'll lay down a bunt single in the second and fly it out to right in the third. So runners at the corners, 2 out. The pitch to Casey Smith is fouled. First base side, over the roof and on to West Temple for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Meyer ready, the pitch. Low and inside. That evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Casey Smith. Waits as Meyer delivers the 1-1. Fouled back into the right of home plate. Rattles around in one of the sweeps. The count's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Stingers trying to bounce back after a very slow start this month. At one point they were 2-11 for the month of August. They are currently now 6-13. 1-2 the count on Smith. Mathis the lead at third. Sorensen at first. The 1-2. Fastball high. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, 2 on. Now Meyer ready, the pitch. Casey swings and lifts it in the air to shallow left center field. Drifting over and under is the center fielder Thomas. And he'll try to drop it, but he wound up catching it. They say that he bobbled the ball and it fell out as he was taking the ball out of his mitt, following the catch. That call very quickly coming from third base umpire Kevin Sweeney. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We go to the 6th, the Stingers 8, Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
They say it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. But at Fast Signs, we know it's how you play the game that makes you a winner. What does Fast Signs bring to the game? Full service simplicity, a superior quality to put your business ahead of the game. Don't settle for the sidelines. Call Fast Signs for the hard-hitting graphics that make your business a winner.
When's the right time to get a Zions Bank Gold account? Well, say you're fresh out of college
with your first real job. You probably want a gold account so you could take advantage of things like free internet banking and unlimited check writing. Or say you've reached a point in life
when the kids have left home and a gold account gives you a rent-free safe deposit box and no issuing fees on traveler's checks. Or maybe you're about
to have your first child and you like the higher interest rates on gold account savings and discounted loan rates with flexible terms. So when's the right time
to get a Zions Bank Gold account? When you see all the benefits, you'll just know. For more information, visit your local Zions Bank branch or zionsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Hi, I'm Patty Hassler, branch manager at Zions Bank in West Jordan. Right now, when you sign up for a Gold account, our branch will donate $25 to the local school of your choice.
Go to the 6th inning, 8-1 the score in favor of the Stingers. Will be the top of the order, 2 up for Sacramento. That means Freddie Biden, Jermaine Clark, and Matt Watson. It's also time for our 6th inning update of the Apple scoreboard as well. Freddie Bynum 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and bounced to first base. 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for the River Cats. Evan Thomas into his windup, the pitch. And it's a little bit high, ball 1. To Freddie Bynum. Again, Nashville shut out Oklahoma 4-0. Now the 1-0. Bynum takes high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. New Orleans topped Omaha 9-1. Round Rock now leads Albuquerque 6-4. 2 home runs for former Stinger Barry Wesson in that game. 2-0 pitch right down the middle of Bynum. And the count's 2-1. Iowa at Memphis 4-3. That's the final. Colorado Springs 2. Tucson nothing in the 5th. Tacoma and Fresno scoreless in the 1st. There's a breaking ball low. The count on Bynum 3-1. And Portland leads at Las Vegas 3-0 in the 2nd. Detroit batting in the bottom of the 12th as we look at the American League. Still Toronto 2, the Tigers 2. Bynum takes a fastball strike on the outside corner above the knees. Bynum ready to toss his bat aside, thinking that was ball 4. Kansas City 2, Oakland 1, the 6th inning. As the Royals try to snap that 19-game skid. 3-2 payoff pitch to Bynum. Swung on, slapped toward third, diving to his left. Quinlan comes up with it. Gets up and cruises to first for the out. Good play by Quinlan. Lunging to his left, fielding that ball, and quickly getting up and firing a strike to first to get the speedy Freddie Bynum. 1 down here in the 6th. That'll bring up Jermaine Clark, the second baseman. He's 1 for 2. Single to center field his last time up. The Yankees shut out the White Sox 5-0. Chicago's lost 15 of their last 21 home games. First pitch from Thomas to Clark. The fastball belled high. The outside half of the plate for a strike, 0-1. The Angels doubled up the Red Sox 4-2. 7 2/3 strong innings for Irvin Santana. As Clark swings at a fastball and fouls it back into the upper deck, it's 0-2. Tampa Bay topped Texas 4-2. It was Cleveland over Baltimore 6-1. And in 10 innings, Seattle scores 6 runs in the 10th and beats Minnesota 8-3. Now the 0-2 to Clark. Curveball into the dirt, 1-2. Washington down 8-0, scored 6 in the 7th and 2 in the 9th to tie the Mets at 8-8. That game now in the bottom of the 10th. After 8 in Denver, Colorado leads Chicago 4-2. Now the 1-2 to Clark. Swung on, a little broken bat pop-up on the first base side. Coming in to get it, Casey Smith for out number 2. The 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Matt Watson, who's grounded out and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Cardinals doubled up the Giants 4-2 after last night's game that saw San Francisco lead 4-0. Going into the bottom of the 9th and having St. Louis plate 5. Now the first pitch to Watson. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch, strike 1. In 13, San Diego beat Atlanta 7-2 on a 5-run top of the 13th. Dodgers pummeled the Marlins 11-6, the 0-1. Breaking ball, and it's an ease, and it's 0-2. Philadelphia topped Pittsburgh 6-1. Milwaukee had Houston 3-2, and Arizona knocked off Cincinnati 6-2. Here it's 8-1 Stingers as Watson takes outside at the bell, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on the left-hand hitting Matt Watson. As Thomas deals. Fastball high, 2-2 the count. Fresno and Tacoma now in the 2nd inning, no score. Now the 2-2 to Watson. Swung on line into right center field, a base hit. Luke Allen racing over to backhand it and cut it off before Watson can think about taking an extra base. Hit number 4 in the ball game for Sacramento. So now here's Jack Tuss, who has struck out swinging and has also been caught looking. Eight to 1 Stingers here in the 6th. Two outs, a runner at first base. The pitch, Fastball outside, ball 1. Last night, the Stingers went over Portland, gave them the series 3-1. Stingers have won 15 series now this year, lost 9 and split 8. The 1-0. Bring a ground ball foul outside the bag at first. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Cubs. At home, they are 9-5-2, 6-4-6 on the road. One ball, 1 strike to the left-hand batter. Infield back, the outfield straight away as Thomas delivers the 1-1. Cus takes a fastball strike inside half of the plate, belt high. And the count's 1-2. Stingers' best record against the division is against the Pacific South. Coming into this game, 34-22, including 19-9 here at home. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on smash just outside the reach of Callaspo, knocks it down. Racing for third, Watson, the throw to third base, and he is safe. Callaspo doesn't have a lot of range out there and was just able barely to get his glove on it. Watson taking a risk down by 7, but he beats the throw as the ball trickled behind Callaspo. And so now, after 2 out and nobody on base, runners are at the corners with 2 out for Andrew Beatty, who has grounded out and struck out in 2 plate appearances. And the Stingers won the season series over Fresno 10-6, over Tucson 11-5. They lead Las Vegas 7-5 and are tied with Sacramento at 6-6. Now the pitch to Beatty. Swung on and hit in the air down the left field line, but slicing back into the seats for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 5 hits now for the River Cats. Cardinals activated Larry Walker today off the disabled list, optioning veteran catcher Mike Mahoney back to Memphis. 0 balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch. Inside, goes off the screen, bounces all the way back up the third baseline. That will allow Watson to score. And Cus takes second base on the wild pitch. And now it is an 8-2 ball game. For Evan Thomas, that is his 3rd wild pitch of the year. So now a runner at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike on Andrew Beatty. Cus the lead at second base. Thomas's pitch. Swing and a miss. Beatty out in front of a changeup, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Beatty, a left-handed batter against the right-hander Thomas. He is a switch hitter by trade. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball foul back into the screen. Beatty with a full season here at Sacramento for the most part. He did appear in 22 games earlier this year for AA Midland. Prior to this season, in 7 professional campaigns, he had only played in 16 AAA games with Louisville in 01 and 03. Now the 1-2 pitch. Beatty swings and pulls this one up the alley in right center field for a base hit. Racing over to cut it off Prieto, but Beatty will take the turn and go to second. In to score is Cus. And now it's the Stingers 8 and Sacramento 3. As the River Cats try to creep back into this ball game. Now here's Mike Rouse, his pitching coach Bryn Smith. Goes out to talk with Thomas. For the Stingers, Brett Prinz, just starting an injury rehab assignment for the Angels. Is starting to loosen up. Again, all this has happened after there were 2 out and nobody on base. A single by Watson, a single by Gust, a wild pitch to bring in a run, and now Beatty with a double. And that's after the solo homer last inning by Sean Garrett. Stingers 8, River Cats 3, runner at second, 2 out. The pitch to Rouse. Change up outside, just under the belt, ball 1. A 1 ball, no strikes the count. Thomas set the 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Thomas ready, the pitch. Fastball strike to the outside corner above the knees, 2-1. Don't forget, when you attend a Stingers game, all kids under 12 can now ride the train out on the firm's sidewalk free, courtesy of Utah Venture Capital. Now the 2-1 on its way. Rouse smashes one and a diving catch hit third by Quinlan. He starts the inning with a great play and ends it with an exclamation point as well, as he dives to his left to take a hit, and a run batted away from Mike Rouse. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left after 5.5. It's now the Stingers 8, Sacramento 3 on ESPN 1230.
Carl Buddig Deli Cuts are the cure for the common sandwich. And now you could also win the cure for the common kitchen. It's a complete kitchen makeover with amazing appliances from Bosch and Chef Catalog. Just look for your game piece in packages of Buddig Deli Cuts and check your number online at Buddig.com to see if you've won. You could be the proud owner of a state-of-the-art kitchen makeover, or you could win gift certificates of $20 or even $500. Enter for a chance to win your cure for the common kitchen today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and what was once an 8-run Stingers lead is a 5-run margin at 8-3. Top of the order, Chris Prieto, Alberto Callaspo, and Josh Paul due up to face left-hander Dan Meyer. Or let me take that back as Victor Moreno comes on to pitch for the River Cats here in the bottom of the 6th inning. For Moreno, this will be his 44th appearance of the year. 64 innings. He's given up only 52 hits, 26 runs all earned with 59 strikeouts and 44 walks. First pitch to Prieto. Inside, ball 1. Moreno 2-2 with 2 saves and a 3.66 earned run average. The PCL batting .226 against Victor Moreno. The 1-0 pitch, and it's a strike on the inside corner to knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Moreno making his 4th appearance of the year against Salt Lake. The 1-1. Prieto swings and he pops it up behind second base into short center field. The shortstop Rouse a couple of steps back on the outfield lawn has it for out number 1. Here's Alberto Callaspo 0 for 2 with a couple of runs scored. Moreno giving up just 1 run on 1 hit in 5 1/3 innings against the Stingers, but he has walked 8 while striking out 6. The line on Dan Meyer, 5 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, 4 of them earned, as Callaspo watches that one bounce in and by as he skips rope to get out of the way. Ball 1. He struck out 3 and walked 3. Did give up 1 home run. Now Victor Moreno takes over. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch to Callaspo. Into the dirt again, ball 2. 2-0. Moreno, 6 feet tall, 205. In his 8th year out of Puerto Cabello, Venezuela. Now the 2-0. That's low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Moreno's last outing was on the 18th, 2 nights ago at Tucson. Gave up no runs, no hits in 2 innings with 1 strikeout. And no walks as there's a strike to Callaspo. 3-1 the count. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 6th, 8-3 Stingers. The pitch. Fastball, line towards left. Bynum coming on and stretches out to make the backhanded running catch. As he was coming in and over towards the left field line, he got a good jump on that ball and cracked it down for the 2nd out. So a fine play by Freddie Bynum. That'll bring up Josh Paul, who's 1 for 3. Don't forget, if you're hungry after the game, bring in a Stingers ticket stub to Sonic and buy 1 delicious hot extra long cheese coney and get the second one free. Pick up a side order of hot tater tots and wash it all down with a cold cherry limeade. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. So Josh Paul, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on base. The pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Paul, as we mentioned earlier, began his career with the White Sox. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball low, 1-1 the count. 194 games played. Last year, at his first Grand Slam of his career. It was a year ago yesterday at Tampa Bay. One ball, 1 strike the count on Paul. Moreno's pitch. Swung on and ripped down the left field line. That's in for extra bases. Going all the way to the wall. Bynum plays the carom. Fires it in. Paul digging for 2. The slide. He's just in there under the tag of Jermaine Clark. So Paul with a double. He's 2 for 4. As he just got in ahead of the tag, Bynum played the carom off the left field wall well and fired in towards second base. So now here's Rob Quinlan, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a pair of runs scored. First pitch to Q. Change up is high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Josh Paul out at second base. The pitch. Swinging a foul back into the screen. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. His home plate umpire, Adam Dowdy, receives a new supply of baseballs. 2 out, a runner at second base. The pitch to Quinlan. Swing and a bouncer foul at the third base side off the fencing in front of the Sacramento dugout. And the count's 1-2. And Jake Woods with his 2nd start of the season tomorrow against right-hander Mike Ziegler. 2 o'clock game time. Hope to see you here. The 1-2 comes home to Quinlan. Fastball high. He started after it but held up in time. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count on Quinlan. Either they're not turning it in rather quickly, or Las Vegas is spending a lot of time at bat on the top of the 2nd at Tacoma. 2-2 to Quinlan, driven up the alley in right center field. Walks it along wrong, won't be able to get that one as it hits the base of the wall. Ball around third to score, and into second base is Rob Quinlan with an RBI double. His 3rd hit of the game, and the Stingers have a 6-run lead again at 9-3. So back-to-back doubles after 2 outs and nobody on here in the 6th inning. And now here's Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 2. Singled in a run in the first. As my sinuses clears, they have an extra strong batch of sauerkraut down in the concourse, and the scent is wafting its way upstairs here. The Pitch on the way. Mathis takes a curveball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. That's the second run that Moreno has allowed in 6 innings against the Stingers this year. Now Moreno ready, the 0-1. Mathis swings and he pops it up foul. Third base side, giving it a look to catcher Baker, but that one actually hits in the front row of the upper deck. And so the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Jeff Mathis. Again, Brett Prince to begin his rehab assignment in the 7th inning, it appears. As he's working down the Stingers bullpen, the 0-2 to Mathis. Fastball high, 1-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Jeff. Moreno ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 1 run on 2 hits. 1 runner left on base as we go to the 7th. It's the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 3 on ESPN 1230.
Working for a winning team interests you? If so, Century Equipment Company needs your drive, desire, and determination to make our team a success. Learn to work with the most technical construction equipment, earn great pay and benefits, work a flexible schedule, and enjoy a fun working environment. Century Equipment Company has been your local case dealer for the past 35 years. For those looking for a career change and have welding experience or hold a valid CDL, we invite you to call 262-5761 or drop by our office located at 4343 Century Drive in Salt Lake City.
Do you feel tired when you wake up? Do you feel exhausted during the day? Have you ever dozed off in a meeting or while watching TV? If you answered yes, you may have sleep apnea. Millions of Americans suffer from sleep apnea and don't even know it. The professionals at MedOne Medical can help you get the sleep you need. It is amazing how well you feel when you get a full night of refreshing sleep. Sleep Smart Gold is a proven program designed specifically for people with sleep apnea. Sleep apnea can be more harmful than just a poor night's sleep. High blood pressure and other cardiovascular complications are being diagnosed more and more frequently in patients with this disorder. A high percentage of these patients can be treated by addressing sleep apnea. If you suspect someone might have sleep apnea, call the professionals at MedOne Medical at 800-258-5329. With the help of a doctor, a program will be designed for you to obtain a golden night's sleep. Call MedOne Medical and find out how Sleep Smart Gold can help you get the sleep you deserve. Call today, 1-800-258-5329.
All right, we go now to the top of the 7th inning, and Brett Prince makes his Stingers debut as part of his rehab assignment from the Angels with the Halos. He appeared in 3 games, was 0-1 with an ERA of 3, but had some shoulder problems and had to go on the disabled list. And so Prince trying to come back for a stretch run. Starts his rehab assignment with the Stingers here. Prince last year split his time between AAA Columbus and with the New York Yankees. Final line on Thomas, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned, 5 strikeouts, no walk, 1 wild pitch, and 1 home run allowed. Well, Brett Prince, 6'2", 215 delivers, and it's swung at and missed. A fastball for a strike, 0-1. Prince throughout his career has had shoulder problems. Matter of fact, he missed the stretch run in the postseason with the Diamondbacks in 0-1 due to shoulder tendonitis. The 0-1 pitch to Garrett. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Paul. The count's 0-2. Talk about a roller coaster ride between Columbus and New York last year. Prince was called up to the Yankees on 5 different occasions. No balls, 2 strikes the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side over the roof and out of play. So the count remains 2 strikes on Sean Garrett with Charles Thomas and John Baker to follow. And the line and the pitch to Garrett. Strike 3 called. Right on the inside corner. Garrett started to back away, thinking that one was inside, and has a few words for home plate umpire Adam Dowdy before he heads to the third base dugout. So Prince strikes out the first batter he faces. That's the 6th strikeout for Stingers pitching in the ball game, and that'll bring up Charles Thomas, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. For the Stingers, 9 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The River Cats 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Stingers 2 runs in the first, 6 more in the second, and 1 in the sixth. The River Cats with 1 in the fifth and 2 in the sixth. Twins first pitch to Thomas on the way. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Stinger 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. The 0-1. Swing a ground ball right side. Scooped up by Casey Smith. The underhand toss behind Prince. And so safe at first is Charles Thomas on what will likely be a throwing error by Casey Smith as his toss was behind Prince and he couldn't reach back to get it. For the Stingers, that's only their second error in their last 9 games. So a runner at first, 1 out. The batter will be John Baker, who's fly to left and grounded to second base. Infield double play, depth behind Prince. The pitch to Baker is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. So an error. Getting a runner at first with 1 out. The pitch on the way, low into the dirt. Nice backhand stop by Paul. And the count's 2-1. Either 2-0 the count on the left-hand hitting Baker. The 287 last year at AA and AAA. Tied for 11th among all minor league catchers. The 2-0 pitch. Baker takes high, ball 3. 3-0 the count on the left-hand batter with Freddie Bynum due next. Oakland loaded the bases with 1 out in the 7th and could not score. So they still trail Kansas City 2-1 as the breaking ball from Prince misses low for ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Stingers pitching in the ball game. And now runners are at first and second with 1 out. And the batter will be Freddie Bynum, who's 0 for 3. Robbed of a hit on a diving stop by Quinlan over at third base his last time up. So 2 on, 1 out. Green's ready, and the first pitch to Bynum. Long on and popped up. Shortstop Sorensen underneath. The infield fly rule in effect. Sack makes the catch. And that's out number 2. 2 down for Jermaine Clark, who's 1 for 3. Popped to first. Concluded that there's a problem with the feed on the out-of-town scores, I believe. It is a 0-0 ball game in the bottom of the 3rd, Fresno and Tacoma. First pitch to Clark, a fastball outside of the belt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the left-hand hitter. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Stingers 9, Sacramento 3. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-0 pitch. Clark takes a breaking ball inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count with the dangerous Matt Watson on deck. Two balls, no strikes. Now Prince deals. Low and inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Three balls, no strikes. A wide one here loads the bases for Watson. Prince deals. High, ball 4. So an error and a couple of walks loads the bases for the River Cats with 2 outs.
Number 26,
And so now the batter is Matt Watson, who's 1 for 3, singled to right his last time up and scored the first River Cats run of the game. So bases loaded, 2 out. The pitch is swung out and fouled. Up behind home plate, over the roof, but out of play. So 0-1 the count on the left-hand hitting Matt Watson. Runner at third base is Thomas. Baker at second. Clark at first. The breaking ball. Strike 2 call to the inside corner at the knee. Now the count 0-2. Rins trying to work out of trouble here in the 7th as the 2-strike pitch comes home. Swinging a ground foul over towards the Stingers dugout at first. So the count remains 0-2. And Sacramento started the night 8 games in front of second place Fresno. Now Prince ready, the 0-2. Lined into left field, a base hit into score Thomas. Everybody else moves up 90 feet as the ball was hit sharply and right at Nick Corneau. So Watson on an 0-2 pitch goes the other way. The run is unearned, but it's on the board, and now it's the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 4. Now here's Cust, who's 1 for 3. Single to right field off the glove of the second baseman Callaspo his last time up. And the error by Smith opening the door a little bit, and Sacramento has been able to take advantage of it for a run. Bases loaded, 2 out. Tying run is on deck right now for the River Cats. The pitch to Cust. Big cut comes up empty for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Sacramento team explosive, so no lead is safe. Third in the league in runs scored at 7-10 behind Oklahoma and Tucson. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball misses low. 1-1. Oklahoma, though, far and away the league leader with 797 runs scored. Tucson at 721. And Sacramento at this moment 714. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Cust. The pitch, swing and a foul back into the screen. And now the count's 1-2. So again, Prinz is ahead in the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Outfield shaded around towards left as Prinz delivers the 1-2. He struck him out on a high fastball, and that retires the side. 1 run on a ball that. It was unearned. 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. After 6 1/2 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by America First Credit Union. The score, the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 4 on ESPN 1230.
When you're ready for a Mexican adventure, take a trip to the Mayan. It's like eating in the midst of a refreshing rainforest, featuring rushing waterfalls, daredevil divers, talking animals, and a live mariachi band. But don't take my word for it. Ask the kids where they want to go. Fun, family, food, the Mayan. 9400 South State in Jordan Commons.
Where can you find the Utah Jazz sitting next to the Boston Red Sox, sitting next to the Denver Broncos, just down the road of BYU? Fans! Only at Fans can you find the newest and freshest sports gear from all the great college and pro teams. Looking for a new or retro Utah Jazz jersey? Fans has it. Fans has it. Trying to find a fitted baseball cap featuring your favorite team logo? Fans is the place. Fans is the place. Whether you're looking for hats, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets, warm-ups, jerseys, or duffel bags, you'll find it at Fans. You'll find it at Fans. Plus, Fans even has fun logoed sports gear and memorabilia, including signed basketballs, footballs, and jerseys from the best players. And remember, for all the freshest Utah Jazz gear, get to Fans for jerseys, golf shirts, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and warm-up gear featuring the new blue and white Jazz colors. Open 6 days a week in the Delta Center and all major malls across the Wasatch Front. Fans.
To Franklin Covey Field, Ty Perry with God Bless America here on this Fan Appreciation Night here at Franklin Covey Field. 7th inning stretch brought to you by America First Credit Union. Click, call, or stop by the branch for any financial need you might have. At America First Credit Union, where members' needs come first. Do that very often. Usually we're at commercial break during Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but the fans, for the most part, in good tune tonight as the Stingers lead the River Cats by a score of 9-4. It'll be before the Stingers, it'll be Nick Gorno, Luke Allen, and Zach Sorensen. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the Stingers lead at 5. They've been up by as many as 8. Nick Gorno has driven in 4 runs. An RBI single in the first, a 3-run homer in the second. He flied out to left field his last time up. Again, Fresno and Tacoma scoreless in the 3rd inning at Cheney Stadium. So here's Gorno to start things off for the Stingers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Stingers have out hit the River Cats 12-7. Victor Moreno begins his 2nd inning of relief as Gorno swings and misses a strike 0-1. Moreno touched for a run last frame on back-to-back 2-out doubles by Josh Paul and Rob Quinlan. No balls, 1 strike to count on Gorno. Moreno's pitch. Gorno takes a breaking ball low and outside, and that evens the count at 1-1. They're jumping on the River Cats early with 8 runs over the first 2 innings. Now the 1-1. Fastball low and inside, 2-1. And big crowd here at Franklin Covey Field. Haven't heard an official attendance, but it's got to be close to around 15,000 or so. The 2-1 pitch to Gorno. Swing and a miss to the breaking ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're trying to get back to 10 games above 500. Now the 2-2. Foul back and out of play. They haven't been 10 games above 500 since August the 9th, 11 days ago when they were 63 and 53. But in the midst of that 6-game losing streak here at Franklin Covey Field, 2 to Memphis and 4 to Nashville. The Stingers need a win tonight to break that streak. The 6 in a row losses at home is equal to the franchise record. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moreno's pitch. Low and inside as he took something off of it, and that fills the count at 3-2. Moreno, career-wise, outstanding hits to innings pitched ratio. 321 hits allowed in 384 innings coming into this season. And even in the hitter-friendly PCL, he's given up just 52 hits in 64 innings starting tonight, but his changeup misses high here for ball 4. Fourth time in this game, the leadoff batter for the Stingers has walked in an inning, but only once have they been able to turn that into a run. And now here's Luke Allen, who has had a tough night. He has struck out twice. And he has also popped up for the shortstop Rouse. Facing Moreno for the first time tonight. Pitch on the way, off speed and outside at the belt, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Well, Tacoma's taken a 2-0 lead over Fresno in the third. A couple of teams going into that game with 6-game winning streaks. One ball, no strikes on Luke as Moreno delivers. Change up strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away for Luke. Pitch, swing, and a miss at a changeup from 1-2. 1-2 the count on Allen. Don't forget, all season long, Larry H. Miller Chevrolet has brought to you the honorary bat kit of the game. Still time for your youngsters to register, all those 14 and under. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, 5650 South State Street in Murray, as Allen swings and misses at an off-speed pitch, and he strikes out for the third time tonight. 5 strikeouts altogether for Sacramento pitching. 1 out for Zach Sorensen, who's 3 for 3. 1 run scored for Zach, batting right-handed against the lefty, batting left-handed against the righty Moreno. Infield double play depth, throw to first, and Cornell scrambles back in safely. In the 8th inning, Sacramento will have Beatty, Rouse, and Garrett, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. The pitch to Sorensen, a fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Moreno ready. The pitch. Sorensen takes high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Again, Moreno struggles on a regular basis with his control, and now the catcher Baker out to talk with him out on the mound. Two balls, no strikes. Again, a win tonight would bring the Stingers within 4 of a guaranteed winning record. For the 10th time in 12 years, there's a pitch in at the knees for a strike, 2-1. And there will be 5 wins away from the 900 in franchise history. Again, a throw over to first, and again, Gorneau is back. Two and 1 the count. Now Moreno's pitch. Sorensen swings and he fouls it back onto the roof to the left of home plate. And that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sorensen tonight with his 21st multi-hit game, his 8th 3-hit game. Now the 2-2, the runner goes, the pitch is high, the throw to second base, and out at second base is Dick Cornell. Caught stealing, 2-6. The count on Sorensen's full 3-2. Fans don't like the call. That stamps Cornell's string of 5 successful stolen bases in a row. He had been thrown out the first 5 times he tried to steal this year, but then was successful the next 5. Until then, now the 3-2 to Sorensen. Pops him up third base side. Foul territory near the railing. Beatty, does he have room? He does, and he almost overran the ball, but reaches back at the last moment to haul it in. No runs, no hits. A walk, and with the caught stealing, nobody left on base. We go to the 8th. It's the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 4 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, this is Ed Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Reggie the roving reporter here at Larry H. Miller Chevrolet with General Manager Rod Rowley. Rod, sales have been at record levels for over 60 days now at Larry H. Miller Chevrolet. With all the sales lately, what have you got going on this weekend?
Reggie, we still have the General Motors employee discount for everyone, and we still have a good selection of some 2005 models in stock. How about a new 2005 Suburban for just $33,499 or a new 2005 Avalanche for just $28,199? And our used car inventory is awesome. We have over 150 used cars on our lot and have put a blowout sell price right on the window. Just like the Chevrolet new car pricing, the price is clear and there's no need to negotiate our already low sale price.
There you have it from Larry H. Miller Chevrolet. The Chevy employee pricing sale is still on until September 6th. A great selection of used vehicles in all price ranges are here and marked for a great buy. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, 5650 South State Street. After all, you know this guy. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Suburban stock number 50571. Avalanche number 50906.
We go to the 8th inning. It's the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 4. Right-hander Brett Prinz begins his second inning of relief. He'll face Andrew Beatty, Mike Rouse, and Sean Garrett. Beatty 1 for 3 with an RBI double. His last time up. Oh, Beatty to lead things off. Prinz touched for an unearned run in the top half of the 7th inning. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. The Stingers' run in the bottom of the 6th was the Geico Insurance run of the game. First time the Stingers add to a lead with a run after the 5th inning. It's the Geico Insurance run, and Geico donates $10 to the Air Force Fund. The 0-1 pitch is a changeup low, ball 1. So far this season, there have been 46 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation $460. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office on Monday. The 1-1 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled. Back out of play over the root. 1-2 the count on Beatty. Then Brett Prinz in his second inning of work after Evan Thomas gave up just 3 runs on 6 hits in 6 innings as the starter tonight. Now the 1-2. Strike 3 called in at the letters. And Beatty has a beef with Adam Dowdy, the home plate umpire. Third strikeout for Prinz. And there's one down. That'll bring up Mike Rouse. Robbed of a hit on a diving grab at third by Rod Quinlan his last time up. So 1 out, base is empty, and Prinz's pitch is foul back into the screen. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Rouse. Prinz last year 1-0 in 26 appearances for the Yankees with an earned run average just slightly over 5. 3-1, 11 saves and a 3.52 in 29 appearances for AAA Columbus. His fastball to Rouse misses high. 1-1 for Sacramento, a left-hander throwing in the bullpen. Now Prinz's 1-1 pitch, and it's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Now Prinz delivery. Outside at the knees, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Rouse. Now the line of the pitch. Line to left center, a base hit. Played on the rollout there by Chris Prieto, and so Mike Rouse has his first hit of the game. That's the second hit off of Prinz, and it's the 8th hit for Sacramento on the night. So 1 on, 1 out, and the batter will be Sean Garrett, who has singled in his solo homer and taken a called third strike. Was acquired back on March 29th, right at the end of spring training, from the Yankees in exchange for former Stingers catcher Will Nieves. There's a pitch, slow roller right side. Cayasco shovels to second. That's one. Over to first high, and it pulls Smith off the bag. Has a good hard slide by Rouse. Upends Sorensen as he tries to relay for the double play. They get the lead runner Rouse, however, and there's 2 outs here in the 8th inning. That'll bring up Charles Thomas, who reached on an error his last time up. He's 0 for 3. Again, Prinz, a late spring training acquisition. There's a pitch in for a strike. 0-1 the count on Charles Thomas. Thomas, left-handed batter. With the Braves much of last year. Swing and a pop foul. Third base side out of play, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Stingers leading by a score of 9-4 with 2 outs and a runner at first base here in the 8th inning for Sacramento. Now Prinz's 0-2 pitch is driven in the air to right field. Allen going back to the wall, leaps, and it's gone. It's a 2-run home run for Charles Thomas as the Stingers' inability to turn the double play extends the inning, and now the River Cats are within 3. Thomas's 5th home run of the year and his 29th and 30th runs batted in. And now the batter is John Baker, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Second home run of the night for Sacramento as Prinz deals, and that's low and inside, ball 1 as Thomas belts it out, an 0-2 pitch. You mentioned Will Nieves was the person traded for Prinz. Will having a solid season for the Columbus Clippers as the 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2. 297, 3 homers, 35 runs batted in. Primarily as a catcher with a few DHs on the docket. The 2-0 pitch, Baker swings it. It's a one-hopper, flag down by Prinz. Runs it halfway to the bag at first and tosses to Smith for the out to retire the side. The River Cats get a little closer. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 6 on ESPN 1230.
Delmar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline, then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office, tell them you're gone for the day. See ya! Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Beat it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mix with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Let's go to Plaza Cycle, everybody's coming down. Come to Plaza Cycle with me. Come to Plaza Cycle with me.
Right now is the best time to get the best deals at Plaza Cycle. Plaza Cycle is #1 in sales, #1 in service, and #1 in selection, so why go anywhere else? Plaza Cycle has the lowest prices on the motorcycles, ATVs, watercraft, street bikes, and apparel you need. Plaza Cycle is #1 in service, with fast turnaround and the best techs in the business. Plaza Cycle is #1 in selection with Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, and Polaris. Plus, Plaza Cycle has an endless selection of used machines, too. Remember, Plaza Cycle is #1 in sales, #1 in service, and #1 in selection. So set yourself up with a sweet ride today. Why go anywhere else? Plaza Cycle!
Come to Plaza Cycle with me. Come Come to Plaza Cycle with me.
Hey, let's Plaza Cycle fun in the warm Plaza Cycle sun.
Located at 1379 West, 33rd South.
Left-hander Ron Flores comes on to pitch for the Sacramento River Cats. Flores making his 49th appearance of the year. In 56 and a third innings, he's given up only 43 hits, 59 strikeouts with 25 walks. He's won 5 and lost 3 with 3 saves and a 2.24. Earned run average, the PCL, batting just .215 against Flores. Last time the Stingers were facing Sacramento, he was with Oakland. For Flores, this is overall his 6th appearance of the year against the Stingers. He's 1-0. There's a pitch missing for a ball, 1-0 to Casey Smith. Stingers batting a measly 105 against Flores this year. Casey Smith 1 for 3, a bunt single his first time up, swings away and pops it foul. First base side out of play. The count's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're going to the bottom of the 4th at Tacoma. Still the Rainiers 2 and Fresno nothing. Flores ready to pitch. Up high, ball 2, 2-1. Sacramento will have the top of their order, 2 up in the 9th. Flores pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 2-2. Victor Moreno went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run it was earned. He struck out 2 and walked 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Smith. As Flores deals, swinging a pop foul back into the right of home plate, into the seats. Smith to be followed by Chris Prieto and Alberto Callaspo. Stingers 9, Sacramento 6. Salt Lake once led this game by 8 runs. Now the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, knocked down by Flores. Picks it up, flips to first, and that's out number 1. He actually fielded that ball behind him. That ball almost got by, but he reached back and snared it. Now here's Chris Prieto, who is officially 0 for 2 tonight. Walked in the first and delivered a sacrifice punt in the 2nd inning. Again, in case you missed it at the time, that sacrifice punt is 12th of the year, and that's a franchise single-season record. Now the first pitch to Prieto here, swing a ground ball off his foot, foul, strike 1. Home plate umpire Adam Downey didn't pick it up. Wasn't signaling foul ball. But the first base umpire, Kevin Kelly, did pick it up immediately. So 0-1 the count on Prieto. 9-6 the score. In favor of the Stingers as Flores delivers the 0-1. Inside corner under the belt for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. One of Flores' wins came against the Stingers on June 4th. There's a fastball lifted in the air to center field. Thomas drifting back, draws a bead on it, now stops and makes the catch for out number 2. So Prieto flies out. That'll bring up Alberto Callaspo, who's 0 for 3. That particular appearance, he gave up no runs on 1 hit in 2 2/3 innings with 4 strikeouts and no walks. He was money out of the bullpen there. That was here at Franklin Covey Field. Pitch outside, ball 1. As the River Cats rallied with a 5-run 8th inning for a 7-3 win. The 1-ball pitch to Callaspo, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers 9, River Cats 6. 2 outs in the 8th. The pitch. Callaspo low and inside. Dances to get out of the way. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Now Flores deals. Ringing of fouls. Cayaspo was out in front of the changeup and pulled it up the third base side. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cayaspo with Josh Paul due next. Flores from the stretch ready, and the 2-2 home. Check swing bouncer right back to the hill. Flores has it, turns, throws high, pulls Garrett off the bag, but he has time to recover and reach back to touch first base to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the 9th. It's the Stingers 9 and Sacramento 6 on ESPN 1230.
Drug and alcohol abuse, violence, and crime are among the top problems facing our children today. Prevention Dimensions, a nationally recognized program, gives students a strong foundation to resist substance abuse and violence.
To drinking and drugs. To violence and crime.
Prevention Dimensions. For more information, log on to utahpd.org.
When's the right time to get a Zions Bank Gold account? Well, say you're fresh out of college
with your first real job. You probably want a gold account so you could take advantage of things like free internet banking and unlimited check writing. Or say you've reached a point in life
when the kids have left home and a gold account gives you a rent-free safe deposit box and no issuing fees on traveler's checks. Or maybe you're about to
have your first child and you like the higher interest rates on gold account savings and discounted loan rates with flexible terms. So when's the right time
to get a Zions Bank Gold account? When you see all the benefits, you'll just know. For more information, visit your local Zions Bank branch or zionsbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Preston Beckstrand, your Zions Bank personal banking representative in Pleasant Grove. Right now, when you sign up for a gold account, our branch will donate $25 to the local school of your choice.
All right, we go to the 9th inning. Brett Prince out for his 3rd inning. It'll be Freddie Bynum, Jermaine Clark, and Matt Watson due up to face the right-hander Prince, trying to protect a 3-run lead. That was 6 when he first came in, but again, you've got to figure that he's not going to be on his game. This is the first game of his. This will be his first. This is his first rehab assignment game. And so here's Freddie Bynum, who's 0 for 4. Popped to short, the top of the order, due up for the River Cats. Here in the 9th, as the first pitch is inside at the belt, ball 1. Corno, Prieto, and Allen in left, center, and right. Quinlan, Sorensen, Cayaspo, and Smith, the infield third to first. Prince pitching and Paul catching. The 1-0 pitch is a little bit low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Quinlan in on the edge of the grass at third to guard against the potential bunt by Bynum. As Prince delivers the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. And the pitch to Bynum. Down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-1. Bynum 0 for 4 in this game, but trying to get on here as the 3-1 comes home. Low ball 4, and the leadoff man draws a walk. That'll bring up Jermaine Clark, who's 1 for 3. He walked his last time up. So Clark, the batter, with 1 on and nobody out. The River Cats in a position where they only need 1 more batter to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. Pitch low and inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The infield double play, depth at short and second. Quinlan in at third. Now Prince ready, the 1-0. Clark shows bunt and takes a strike. He was taking all the way. Ball count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield around towards left. And in for Clark. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Like he took something off of that and had him out in front of it. A 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Clark. Tacoma leading Fresno 2-0 in the 4th inning at Cheney Stadium. Activity beginning to stir in the Stingers bullpen. The 1-2 pitch is chopped foul into the Stingers dugout at first. As Joe Saunders just does get out of the way as Dusty Bergman is up for the Stingers bullpen. 1-2 the count on Clark. Matt Watson, the right fielder, is due next. Grins ready, the 1-2. Clark reaches out to protect himself and taps it foul. Now, while Prince has been touched for 3 runs, 2 of them earned, he could have very easily escaped without any run scoring. Again, the error opening the door in the 7th, and the inability to turn a double play when the opportunity was there in the 8th opened the door for 2 runs to score. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clark. The pitch pulled on the ground, foul outside the bag at first, and so the count on Clark remains 1-2. Couple of left-handed bats to follow Clark with Watson and Cust. Beatty a switch hitter. Rouse a left-handed batter, but Bergman, of course, historically has done better against righties than lefties. Here's Clark swinging and looping 1 foul at the seats down the third base side. And so the count still 1-2 as Clark makes Prinz work out there. Fans howling because the scoreboard is telling them to, and the full moon rising above the Wasatch Front to our east. Now the 1-2. Just missed a little bit high, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Prinz looking in. The pitch to Jermaine Clark. Fastball high and outside, and now the count is full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bynum, the leadoff hitter, walked, and now the number 2 hitters at 3-2 with a payoff pitch on its way. Swung on and popped up, and it looks like there's a play on it. Josh Paul near the on-deck circle, first base side, has it for out number 1. So Clark battled, but pops up for out number 1. That'll bring up Matt Watson, who's 2 for 4 with an RBI single his last time up. They're going to the 9th in Oakland. Kansas City 2 and the A's 1. The Royals 3 outs away from snapping that losing streak at 19 games. We're kind of keeping an eye on that game. The A's have had plenty of scoring opportunities. The first pitch to Watson. Change up over at the belt is cracked, and it's 0-1. No ball, 1 strike, no help or hindrance from the wind as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole and left, as it has much of the night. Prinz ready, the 0-1. Swing and a miss and a fastball, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Watson. And the infield double play depth. Prinz ready in the 0-2. Bounces in and gets away from Paul. The runner at first base, Bynum, doesn't go anywhere. The ball nearly came to a stop by the dugout. How in the world did he not break? That keeps the double play situation alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Now Prinz pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball. He struck him out. 4th strikeout for Prinz, and there's 2 down here in the 9th. Here's Jack Cust, who's 1 for 4. Singled and scored in the 6th inning, and has struck out his other 3 plate appearances. So 2 outs, a runner at first base. 9-6 Stingers here in the 9th. The first pitch, Cust takes high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Jack Tuss with Andrew Beatty due next. The pitch, change up a little bit high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Crin's ready, and the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air towards left. Cornell going back at the warning track in front of the wall, makes the catch to end the game. As Cuss just hit that one a little bit off the end of the bat. And the Stingers hang on for a first game series win. As they jumped out in front for an 8-0 lead after 2. But Sacramento put the pressure on, but never were able to get the tying run to the plate. In the 9th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 9 and the Sacramento River Cats 6. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Feel tired when you wake up? Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
The game is over, and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers held on for a 9-6 win tonight. Now awaiting the results of the Tacoma-Fresno game, and for whatever reason, the reporting of that game very slow off the wire, off the internet. It's currently Tacoma 2 and Fresno nothing in the 4th as far as we have it at this point. So the Stingers with the win. Let's take a look at the totals now. For the Stingers, 9 runs on 12 hits. 1 error and 5 runners left on base. For Sacramento, 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and they left 7 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Evan Thomas, now 6-4. The losing pitcher, Dan Meyer, he dropped to 2-8. Brett Prinz works the final 3 innings in his rehab assignment debut and picks up the save. Obviously his first in a Salt Lake uniform. So the Stingers getting a bundle early on. Nick Corneau driving in 4 of the 8 runs the Stingers scored in those first 2 innings with an RBI single in the first and a 3-run home run in the second inning. So the Stingers win it and now go to 69-59 on the year, while the River Cats drop to 71-57. Stingers win it. We'll update the Abra scoreboard coming up next on ESPN 1230.
Singular Wireless is a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Stingers and Utah Jazz. Baseball fans, remember to bring your Stingers ticket stub to a participating Singular Wireless location for a great offer, and let Singular take you out to the ball game. Singular Wireless has over 30 locations along the Wasatch Front, so visit singularwireless.com for a location near you. Some restrictions apply. See store manager for details.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh nuts with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers were victorious tonight over the Sacramento River Cats by a score of 9-6. Time now for a look at the other scores around baseball on our average scoreboard. And first of all, in the Pacific Coast League, Nashville shut out Oklahoma by a score of 4-0. It was New Orleans pounding Omaha at Rosenblatt Stadium 9-1 as Ryan Jensen out of Cottonwood Heights suffers his 9th loss against one win. Round Rock got runs in the 6th and 8th to defeat Albuquerque 6-4. Former Stinger Barry Wesson with a pair of home runs for the Express, and they move within a half game of first place Oklahoma in the American South. At Des Moines, Iowa edged Memphis 4-3. They're in the 8th inning at Colorado Springs. The Sky Sox lead Tucson 7-3. At Las Vegas in the 5th, Portland leads the 51s 7-2. And in the 5th inning at Tacoma, it's still the Rainiers 2 and the Grizzlies nothing. In the American League, the A's are batting in the bottom of the 9th. Will they be the ones to end Kansas City's losing streak? It's the Royals 2 and the A's 1 with Jason Kendall leading things off in the bottom of the 9th. Elsewhere in the American League, the Yankees defeated the White Sox 5-0. The Angels beat Boston 4-2. Irvin Santana lifts his record to 7-5. Tampa Bay topped Texas 4-2. In 13 innings, Detroit edged Toronto 3-2. At Cleveland, the Indians beat Baltimore 6-1. And in 10 innings, Seattle beat Minnesota 8-3 as the Mariners scored 6 runs in the top of the 10th inning. In the National League, all finals, St. Louis doubled up San Francisco 4-2. San Diego scored 5 in the 13th for a 7-2 win at Atlanta. The Dodgers crushed the Marlins 11-6. It was Philadelphia over Pittsburgh 6-1. Milwaukee edged Houston 3-2. In 10 innings, the Mets edged Washington 9-8 in the game the Mets once led 8-0. Arizona, a winner at Cincinnati 6-2. And Colorado beat the Cubs by a score of 4-2. And that is your average scoreboard. We'll be back with scoring highlights from this one after this on ESPN 1230.
Looking to
pitch a perfect game the next time your home team gets hungry? Then it's time to go to your ace, Carl Budig. Nothing tops original Carl Budig thin sliced meats for taste. With 9 great flavors like honey ham, oven roasted turkey, and corned beef, you'll know you have the variety to go into extra innings if you have to. And we're talking legendary Major League convenience with the ability to work your lineup from snack time to mealtime. Hey, looks like you're in complete control with Carl Budig.
At Nate Wade Subaru, our 2006 models are here, including the new Tribeca, with the lease starting at just $319. For 47 years, we've always treated our customers like employees. Nate Wade Subaru, across from Franklin Covey Field.
September 8th, 1998. There's a late summer evening in America's heartland. The crowd rises to its feet as a man steps to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And with one swing of the bat, he shatters a once unbreakable record. A nation watches. Except me. I was doing something more important that night, like installing the Connors furnace. You see, I'm a Bryant dealer. And for us, that means having the expertise that earns your trust and the commitment that keeps it. An idea that's gained us a lot of fans ourselves. That's what being a Bryant dealer is all about. Sure, I missed seeing baseball's oldest standing record fall, but I only had to wait 3 years to see it broken again. Bryant, whatever it takes.
To find out how you can stay comfortable, contact your local Utah Bryant dealer at 1-866-4-BRYANT. That's 1-866-4-BRYANT. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers prevailed as they jumped out in front early in this ball game. As with a runner at first base and 2 out in the first inning, Rob Quinlan singled, and that brought Jeff Mathis to the plate. As Meyer deals, swung on, lined up the middle, pass the diving puck into center field. Cayaspo around third will score, and Quinlan able to get back to second after falling down between second and third. It's a run-scoring single for Jeff Mathis, and the Stingers have a 1-0 lead. So 1-0 Stingers at that point, and then Nick Corneau fouled with a base hit to right center field, scoring Quinlan to make it a 2-0 ball game. Then the second inning, Zach Sorensen singled, Casey Smith laid down a bunt base hit, and Chris Prieto sacrificed the runners over to second and third for his franchise record 12th sacrifice bunt of the season. So runners at second and third, 1 out. Alberto Cayaspo up with the infield drawn in. The 1-0 pitch. Cayaspo rolls 1 to short. The contact play on. The throw to the plate is off the glove of Baker. In to score is Sorensen. Casey Smith in behind him as well. On to second base goes Cayaspo, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Stingers. So 4-0 on the error, and then they weren't done in that frame as the next batter was Josh Paul. The 2-0 pitch. Ball swings and lines a base hit into center field. Cayaspo being waved around third. Here comes Charles Thomas. Throw cut off at the mound. The throw to first. Safe is Josh Paul, an RBI single for Paul. And now the Stingers have a 5-0 lead. Rob Quinlan followed with a single, and then with 2 outs, Nick Corneau capped off the inning. Now the left-hander comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and a high drive to deep left center field. Bynum going back. It's up there, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Nick Corneau. And now the Stingers lead it 8-0. So 8-0 the score at that point. The Stingers would lead 8-0 until the 5th when Sean Garrett hit a solo homer. The River Cats would add 2 in the 6th. The Stingers would get 1 back. River Cats with 1 in the 7th and 2 more in the 8th, but they fell short by 3 as the Stingers defeat Sacramento 9-6 in Game 1 of this series. So the Stingers leading 7 games to 6 on the season series. And by the way, that's a final from Oakland. Kansas City beat the A's 2-1 to end their 19-game losing streak. All right, the Stingers win at 9-6. We'll preview tomorrow afternoon's contest right after this. Final timeout on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. If you're
you're in the industrial, commercial, maintenance, or construction business and need supplies, they have it all at Fastenal. Hi, this is Steve Brown. My association with the professionals at Fastenal has been great. I've learned a lot. They offer 12 different product lines and over 750,000 different products. But what really makes Fastenal so successful is their commitment to be the leader in customer service. Fastenal has over 1,800 store locations across the globe, 14 right here in the ESPN radio listening area. What's more, Fastenal not only provides the products you need, but can manage your inventory for you as well. With their vendor-managed inventory programs, Fastenal takes the worry out of supply replenishment. Fastenal, now much more than just nuts and bolts. Visit Fastenal on the World Wide Web at Fastenal.com or stop in at one of their newly remodeled store locations. They're right there, right where you are. Fastenal, growth through customer service.
Now that the summer's into full swing and you've had enough of losing to your best friend on the course every Saturday, well, it's time to get to Mulligan's and take advantage of their many practice areas, like the 9-hole executive golf course and 9-hole par 3 golf courses as well. Double-decker climate-controlled covered driving range, beautiful outdoor driving range, along with real grass, tees, boxes, and the state's largest pitching and putting practice area. Mulligan's is open late and they're fully lighted every night. And if a family wants to come along, hey, there's plenty for them to do too. 36 holes of miniature golf and recreational gardening, along with batting cages for all ages. South Jordan City invites you and the family to come out and enjoy some of the clean, fresh air in the safest of recreational environments. Mulligan's Golf and Games, located just west off I-15 and 106 South. Iceberg Drive-In is also located at Mulligan's with their famous shakes, fries, and burgers. So if you've made a mistake before and taken your family somewhere else, at Mulligan's you get another chance. Why do you think they call it Mulligan's? Open every day. Good Christmas.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Right, the Stingers with the win tonight by a score of 9-6 as Evan Thomas gets the win. Brett Prinz in his first rehab assignment with the Stingers gets the 3-inning save. Tomorrow will be Jake Woods, 2-0, going against right-hander Mike Ziegler, who's 5-5. We'll be on the air at 1:40 with the on-deck circle. 2 o'clock first pitch as the Stingers take on the River Cats. We hope you'll join us for that. Our thanks to the commander, Tony Parks, back at our studios here in Salt Lake City. And our thanks to you for listening once again in 2 hours, 45 minutes. And in front of 14,161, the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 9 and the Sacramento River Cats 6. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long to the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM. U.S. Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. Worldwide sports, a Citadel Broadcasting Station.